On that night in Bussy.
Gride.
Yeah. Yeah, this fighting games are super Japanese, huh?
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I say that with a bit of scorn and disdain in my voice, but Under Night in-Birth's pretty good.
Yeah.
My mouth vomits a little bit every time I see the damn title, but
I like the title. I like the weird stupid-ass English titles are one of the things I like about Japan trying to make English work. Like it doesn't make sense. But if Japan stopped trying to make English work, then we wouldn't have things like instant hell murder.
instant hell murder. Yeah, I forget. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I always somehow forget, but that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I always forget that the Satsui no Haru means wave of killing intent, but I never forget instant hell murder.
Hell murder. Oh my fucking god. Instant hell murder is so over the line, so aggressively over the line that I feel like it almost would work if an American said it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we need Dante to start doing the Shangoku Satsu and then yelling it out. I don't know. Like, I don't know why Dante is just the quintessential American character to me. I guess.
Yeah, even though he's not American.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's just that, like, if I think of an like a quintessential American character, I think of Superman, but I don't expect Superman to start yelling instant hell murder.
Yeah. But hey, Cable or Punisher though.
A Cable or Punisher could or would. Depending on the Peter Parker, Spider-Man may also.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the one that genocided all of his friends and then killed himself. That's somehow canon.
That's the cool Peter Parker that everyone wants.
I mean, I like his costume. I don't like the story, but I do like his costume.
Oh God. God help us all.
But anyway, so on the night.
On the night, yes. So on the night in-birth. So I should go ahead and note that I have not had access to internet while we were recording that. I can only ever access the internet through my phone, really. So I have limited access to internet, but it's very, very, very tight. I have to be very rationing with it. But either which way, so we were not able to play online with this one, unfortunately. Yeah. With that said, I don't
play
think
online just not recently.
Yeah, we have. That's true. And I don't think Under Night's like a bad one to be stuck offline with. Like, there's at least survival mode, which is fun. And there's the challenges.
I don't like survival mode, but like, you know, if I have to choose between nothing and survival mode, I'll take survival mode. Like, survival, score attack, and time attack are such nothing modes when it comes to single player that like, you know, it's the bare minimum. Like, if your game doesn't have them, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing when it comes to single player. I'm looking at you, Harada.
It's yeah. I mean, single player is like incredibly important for making the game digestible to, well, just about anyone who isn't like super hardcore into the game. Because even people who would eventually have interest in the multiplayer side still need to get something to dip their toes in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest, I don't think Under Night in-Birth is the kind of game where they gave a shit about getting casuals in.
I don't know. A lot of things, like, if I would have to recommend, I think I said this last time we talked about this as well. But if I had to recommend a game for people to get into anime fighters specifically, like if someone wants to get into air dashers, Under Night is a good start.
Like my thing is though, it's like it's so distinctly it's so distinctly Japanese that it turns some people off. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, presentation is a big part, and some people wouldn't like it, but like, yeah, like if you want just mechanically to get into an air dasher, then you can start with worse ones than Under Night, namely Dragon Ball Fighter Z. But
I disagree, actually. I know that, like,
Yeah.
what you're arguing is that Dragon Ball is a bad place to start because mechanically it's so different from other Japanese fighters, like hyper fighters. But from my perspective, I think that would really get people in because of the simplified mechanics.
I mean, it's not even just the simplified mechanics. It's not even just the simplified mechanics that I dislike. It's the over reliance on the dashes.
But it encourages people to play aggressively and not turtle, which is the number one problem I think with casuals is getting them to stop zoning. You know.
I guess, I don't know. I stopped zoning naturally, so I can't really comment on what you need to make people stop zoning, because I just quit fighting games for 10 years and then I came back and I just started playing Rushdown instead. And I'm probably gonna quit fighting games again for another 10 years, with where they're going right now. So hey, maybe but then I'll start playing set play.
The thing near always to get people into a fighting game is like just what interests them, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, what fighting game did you get to start with, right?
Well, I started with Street Fighter 2, so.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 2 had something that interested you.
Not really. Well, if I got into Street Fighter 2 when I was none. Like I've been playing like I if I remember correctly, the reason that my parents gave me for playing a lot of Street Fighter 2 growing up was just that it was a fighting game. Like it was like one of the only 2D traditional fighters that we owned, and so that's why I played that. And like like you can kind of see that with how I am with Street Fighter, because I have a lot of respect for Street Fighter, and I will probably always at least give Street Fighter a chance. I don't like all of the characters in Street Fighter 2, and I still don't like them in the later installments. The only character I the only character I really like about Street Fighter is Akuma, and that's why I'm so fucking fixated on him being in the games. Because like he's the reason that I still play Street Fighter now that I have other games that I have now that I have other games that do things in different ways that I prefer.
Okay, well then let's go with a game that, like, what was the first fighting game that you chose to play, like you were actively interested in, that you can remember? Rather than being a small baby toddler.
I don't know, because like that was the time when I was a small baby toddler, and then that's when I played a lot of everything. Like I played a lot of KOF, I played a lot of Street Fighter, I played fucking Samsho, I played Guilty Gear, I played Tekken and Soul Calibur, and then I quit. Then I took a break from fighting games, and then I got back into it with Tekken Tag 2. And I picked that up because I didn't play Tekken Tag 1, and I didn't know how they would pull off the tag team mechanic, and that was basically the only thing, because I was like, well, I own up Xbox 360 now, and I don't have a Tekken game for it, and I can't play Tekken 5, so I guess I'll get this. And that's how I got back into fighting games. So
you're a really odd case then, that you've just always played fighting games since before memory, and it's just constantly been a trend for you.
Yes.
Well, except for that little gap you said.
But yeah, that's why like I do have a weird thing with fighting games, just because fighting games have always been there, but there have been times when I just didn't play them, and that's why like even now, like I complain a lot about where fighting games as a genre are going, because I feel like I'm being freaking like pushed out of the space. But even if I am pushed out, like I don't give a fuck. I can just take another break. I can just wait another 10 years until the pendulum swings back. We get another like 5 games that actually have variety, and then just we go back into freaking hyper hell, and then I quit again.
Wait until Marvel vs. Capcom 4 happens.
I feel like depending on what Capcom's fighting department will be doing, I feel like Marvel vs. Capcom 4 will either be the time where I come back or the time where I leave again. Like after this next break coming, the next possible break coming up, that's gonna be the third break in my life. Because like
For my
yeah, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
Like my thing with fighting games is that like when I was introduced to them as a small baby toddler, I played a large variety of fighting games, so I'm used to there being a variety of options. So my main gripe with fighting games being released today isn't how things are being dumbed down to freaking make sense easier, or how things I like are getting removed. It's that nobody is offering the things that I like, and everybody is going in the same direction, and there's just no variety. Because when I grew up, it was just like I didn't see the freaking, like I didn't research like release dates and shit like that. It was just like, oh, there's Essential 5 Special, and there's Tekken 5, and there's freaking, I don't know, whatever KOF games I played, I forget, and stuff like that. And all of them played differently. And if I wanted to play a slower game, then I played 5 Special, and if I wanted to play Tekken, if I wanted to play something faster, well, I could boot up Guilty Gear or stuff like that. And that, like, those games didn't go anywhere, but like it, like whenever stuff like this comes up, my main thing with it is that like, if I need to go back to the games that were released like 20 years ago, then where is the innovation? Where has the actual like freaking where has the genre progressed overall?
Well, just because old games are good doesn't mean new games are bad.
No, like no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that like it doesn't mean that that new games are bad, but like it's the trend chasing, I guess, that really freaking bothers me.
That is absolutely true, and of course that's always been a problem in fighting games, because like how many times were there when Mortal Kombat was just hitting, like, in a way, pretty well every early fighting game was trend chasing for Street Fighter, and then for a little bit there was trend chasing Mortal Kombat, and every fighting game needed fatalities, which is of course stupid.
I skipped all of those games.
To be fair, none of them were good. Mortal Kombat, the original three, Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3 are the only good Mortal Kombat games from that time period. Unless you're a big fan of Tattoo Assassins.
The fucking I forget the guy's name, but the guy in the kilt who fires crotch rockets. Yeah,
God.
Add him at Boone.
I at least respect the fucking gall of saying we've got like 100 different fatalities for each character.
My favorite Mortal Kombat clone was Bikini Babe Warriors or Bikini Beach Warriors or something like that. I fucking forget. Have you heard about that one?
No, but I don't need to.
It's like I feel like that game was made on like, I don't know, a tenth of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's budget, and that was like,
well, boys, we've got enough budget to make Balrog's feet.
Yes, they made Bikini Beach Warriors on the budget of one of Balrog's toes.
Yeah.
And they liked it.
We can model it, texture it, animate it. We got the whole shebang here, boys. We're riding high.
So anyway, on the night. Because we still haven't talked about Uniclear, technically.
Yeah, but I think honestly, I think by now it's just a tradition that we are going to start off every video with talk about Guilty Gear and your steadily increasing disapproval of the fighting game genre.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's tradition that the actual title of what the fighting games are podcasts are, like the actual game, is just a ruse. It's just like a framing device for us to rant about and discuss like small things in the industry.
I mean, honestly, I think like it's fine to have like where the podcast also just discusses what's relevant lately and what's in the news.
Yeah.
I mean, they just yesterday, not to date the podcast, which comes out 2 weeks after recording, but they did just yesterday reveal 2 different characters for 2 different fighting games. And I mean,
who was revealed aside from Gold Lewis?
King of Dinosaurs for KOF.
Ah, all right, nice.
Yeah. You know me, I'd rather have T-Zoc.
Yeah, so do I.
But I understand they're keeping King of Dinosaurs around because King of Dinosaurs is fantastic for marketing. Like, that was what immediately made people go like, holy shit, what's King of Fighters? When they saw that there was a character who's got a dinosaur head, you know?
Yeah. Is King of Dinosaurs what happens when the two kings do the fusion dance?
The two kings. You're gonna have to remind me what those are.
Well, King from King of Fighters and King from Tekken.
Oh, you're right. I never thought about that. You may have a point here. This will require more study at a later date. Yeah, anyways. I mean, there actually hasn't been a terrific amount of news lately, other than people like Strive is going through the same loop every Guilty Gear does.
Yes,
every character except mine is trash.
Yeah, I hate that. It's so fucking tired. Like, I don't know if it's just because I legitimately only hate fighting against three characters in the whole Guilty Gear cast, or if it's something else, but I just fucking hate when people are like, oh, they look at me, how funny, I dislike every character, and then people are like, no, but this but unironically in the comments.
Yeah.
Like,
oh god.
Like, genuinely, the only characters I dislike are like freaking Ino, who I know why I dislike fighting her. It's my freaking own stupidity that I can't fight her properly. So like, it's my fault that I dislike Ino, and otherwise it's shit like Ramletol. I didn't like Ramletol in the Strive beta because of how much more powerful she came off than any character that I threw against her, and that's basically it. She needs a bit of balanced twerks. Fuck. Balanced twerks. Balanced tweaks. She needs a bit of balanced tweaks and she'll be fine. Like, you know, it's stuff like that.
No, but stop playing coward baby shit character. Play honest character.
Yes, oh no, you triggered me.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how much I've been freaking seeing people going, oh, the freaking don't do monkey unga play honest, play freaking play like not even set play, like play just fucking footsies. And I mean, like, Rajdan is a part of footsies, you know.
None of them are honest.
What?
None of them are honest.
Yeah, like there is no the only honest play style is to stand still and let the timer run out. And even that's timer scam, so fuck you.
Timer's game is the least honest.
Yeah. No, but timers can draws though. That's honest.
Oh yeah, yep. The only honest character is let your opponent pick your character, and do not complain when the opponent picks the character that is known to have a fucking 1-9 matchup against your character.
The only honest character is let the opponent pick your character and then try not to cry when they beat you in the mirror match. Alternatively, the only honest character... Yeah?
Oh my god, I just yesterday saw a Twitter post saying people hate mirror matches because it's the most honest one there is.
I mean,
and
I suppose...
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of right.
Yeah. The only honest matchup is Fox only Final Destination, no items.
Yeah.
But both of you have to play with the V Motion Plus and Nunchuck.
Oh god. I surrender. You can take this matchup into 0, sir. Oh shit.
Yeah. So Under Night. Yeah, go ahead.
So with Under Night, yes, Under Night. So the thing about Under Night is that Under Night is Under Night. I had a point to make, but at a certain point I said Under Night so many times I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say Under Night over and over again.
It's funny, it's in with the kids, it's hip, it's cool.
Eh, Man, I remember there was a time where every time I said that title, my brain just like, I thought like, because Under Night in-Birth is supposed to be a reference to stuff in the plot where people who have superpowers are called in-births for some reason,
Yeah.
and it happens on the Under Night. But like every time I heard it, I was like thinking of like the Super Best Friends when they were talking about it, and they somehow led into talking about the placenta, and I just instinctively like, you know,
Under Night stillbirths.
Under Night consume the placenta for meter.
Yes. It has nutrients.
Oh fucking Christ, kill me.
Anyway, so
I've lived long enough.
you know, back when we did this podcast, we talked about this game for the first time. I tried to watch everyone's story cutscenes and stuff like that. I didn't even fucking bother this time because I remember enough to know that there's not enough context in the game for me to actually know what the plot is.
Look up a plot summary on the wiki. That's what I did. Fuck that.
I mean, I could, but then what would I do without freaking? I'm forgetting, but there. Oh yeah, what would I do without playing through as Batista, who's like half of her story arc is people like her walking up to people and people going, "Oh shit, a naked girl! Put some clothes on, woman."
Wait, which character is this?
Batista, the small android girl.
Oh yes,
Guile.
yes. Yeah, my understanding was they just turned her into a sidekick for the main characters by the point of Clear, right?
I don't know. All I know is that freaking like all I remember is just her meeting up with a lot of the cast and everyone go at first glance going, "Why do you not have clothes on?" And then she just goes, "Oh no, it's cool. I'm a cyborg." And then they go, "No, but still put clothes on."
So the Mai Shiranui interaction, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the fair reaction. It's just Japan, you know.
I mean,
Someone on the dev team is like, "You have no idea how much of a fetish I have for women being told to put on clothes."
Like I don't know. I feel like knowing Japan, it could have been a lot worse. A lot worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we could have just gotten Master Roshi again.
I get a little bit sus every time I see Mika in this game. Mika's her name, right?
Yeah, Mika. She's complicated. She like it's heavily implied, if I remember her story correctly, it's heavily implied that she's like it's
She's
heavily
actually an adult. She's just a dwarf.
yeah, she's actually just someone with dwarfism and freaking like and she acts like she has developmental issues.
Again, that's so Japan. She's not a little kid. She's just a mentally disabled dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Christ. That country hasn't, like, I don't even think that it's necessarily sexual all the time, though it is sexual way too much of the time. But that country has an uncomfortable obsession with youth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a part of Japan's fetishization of youth overall is just that a lot of Japanese culture promotes, the lack of freedom once you're past like the age of 16. So
yes, and fucking good old salary man, right? The Japanese salary man.
yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel like I remember there being a Japanese wrestler just called Sarariman. And his gimmick was just that he was just a salaryman.
I would love for us to have an American wrestler named Businessman.
Yeah.
So with Guilty Gear. God damn it, Uni. And it always goes back to Guilty Gear. God damn it. Uni.
With Under Gear Blue Cross.
Under Gear Blue Cross Z, you know.
Yeah. X2 across. Sorry, no. Oh fuck! I didn't even notice that I put in. I didn't even notice that I put in Basara across.
I thought you were referencing cross tag.
So did I initially, but then I was like, wait, like cross tag wouldn't work like that, and it's all Blaze Blue is already there because of the blue. But Basara cross, wait, cross.
Fight for the destiny. EX layer.
Yes. Slash plus R.
Oh god.
I wish Basara Cross got a release. It probably won't because of freaking IP issues, but hey, it would be cool.
There's several old Arxis fighting games that'd be great to see come back like that. I'd also be really glad to see the I want them to bring back the fucking Fist of the North. Yes, Fist of the North Star, and don't fix any of the bugs or exploits.
Yeah, no, they should just release a pack, like do a release of those era of games of licensed games if they can get the license, and just freaking like release on Arxis Kusoge pack.
Yes.
Because like,
did they make any bad games other than Fist?
Technically, Fist and Basara Cross are both considered Kusoge. I don't agree with Basara Cross myself, but hey, that's public perception.
It depends on how broken the game is, you know?
Yeah, I don't like that's the thing. I don't like it. Definitely wasn't as broken as Hokuto no Ken, and I don't.
Nothing broken. There are a few games that are as broken as Hokuto no Ken.
Dong Dong Never Die.
Dong Dong honestly may be better than Hokuto. The only game I was going to think of, there's that really old Street Fighter ripoff where there's a Gin character who has an overhead jumping, like a pretty well instant overhead that isn't infinitely loops into itself.
I know the game you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
The Super Best Friends definitely played it for Saturday Night Scrub Lords once. Saturday morning Scrub Lords, whatever. Man, I need to binge through Friday Night Fisticuffs again. That's such a good series. I feel like Friday Night Fisticuffs did more than anything for my love for fighting games.
I mean, the Friday Night Fisticuffs was pretty much the only way I kept up with fighting games when I was taking my break, because I like part of my break was just because I was stuck on the PS2 until 2014. So you know,
yeah,
and also there are no like mom and pop shops and stuff like that. So like whatever I could buy in Tesco are the only games that I could actually own.
Yeah.
So that meant things like no CVS2. Yeah, no CVS2 or like other things like that. Like basically all the PS2 fighting games I had were like the 3D era Mortal Kombat, Tekken 5, and Soul Calibur 3. And then Naruto.
That's not a terrible lineup, admittedly.
Yeah, those and the Naruto Ultimate Ninja series, which, like, you know, say whatever you want about Storm, the Ultimate Ninja series was better.
There's content.
Yeah.
There's content. That's the thing you can say about it.
Yeah, like I won't say that it's like a deep fighting game, but it was different.
I mean, for a kid who just wants to press buttons, it's not going to really matter.
Have you not played any of the Ultimate Ninja games? Like the normal ones, not the Storm ones.
I've played 3.
But that's Storm, right?
A Storm, yes.
Yes, before that there was just an Ultimate Ninja series without Storm on PS2. And that was 2D.
Oh.
And it played similarly. So like, you know, that it wasn't like a proper fighting game still completely, but it was closer to a proper fighting game. And in that, to do the super moves, you charged up like you do in Storm. But once you actually hit the super move, it went into this mode where you had to quickly press as quickly as you can, press all of the buttons on screen, and there was just this fucking list.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
So you've got to be on the receiving end of a Guilty Gear instant kill.
Freaking, like, if you connect...
Guilty Gear the missing link instant kill, oh god.
Like, if you need... I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but like if you hit the opponent with your super, you then need to do like four freaking dragon install, like order soul dragon installs from XX in a sequence.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did they at least show them one at a time? Or is it just like a big string they show directly to you?
It's like it's in like this button holder. I don't know what to call it. It was like this line on one half of the screen going down vertically, and the button you need to press currently is at the bottom. But if you press the wrong button, then you get sent on timeout, and then you can't press another button for a couple of seconds, and then you can continue the string.
That is so weird.
Yeah, and I got really good at that. that's how I learned the PS2 controllers freaking layout. Because I didn't have time to actually look at the buttons. I just had to know, hey, it says triangle, so I need to press triangle yesterday.
And that's how you became a god at God of War QTs.
Yeah.
So I think we've actually talked a good bit before on past FGAs about Uni, about how we quite like the way Uni handles comboing, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
And character variety.
Yeah. Like the biggest sin of Uni's roster is that there's not enough characters for me. But like, you know, if at least there's a lot of variety. It's not it's not a thing like I don't actually know which game to point out properly, but like, you know, a lot of times when games have small rosters, it's just here's your grappler character, here's a couple of Shodos, here's a weirdo character, here's set play guy, and then that's pretty much what you have. Like maybe there's like 2 in one of those categories instead of 1. But in
Uni, game kind of has to...
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
But in Uni, there's even though Uni's roster is limited, it does have a lot of overlap with some of the characters. So you don't just get the raw archetype and that's it. Like freaking Waldstein is a grappler, but Waldstein can also do combo if you want, and you can combo into grapple. Merkava is a Merkava is a grappler. Merkava is also fucking Dalsim, but like full screen Dalsim. And he can he can also do Zanko Hadokens and stuff like that. And then you also have Mika, who is also a grappler, but she's also Blanca.
Yes.
Well, not even Blanca, because Blanca, like, it is similar to how Blanca plays, but it's like she's not the same. She's closer to, like, she's like a mixture of Blanca and whatever the wolf dude's name is in Blaze Blue, the werewolf guy, the butler.
Sebastian?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's Uni's very good about characters having different things they can do. I wouldn't say it's like the would you say Uni's in the top 5 for fighting games where characters can do a lot of things, have a lot of avenues to go down? Because like,
I don't know if I'd say it's in the top 5, but I would say that it's in the top 10 at least out of the games I've played.
Because like I'm trying to think of like what are other good ones for that, and Guilty Gear, like both Guilty Gear X2 and Guilty Gear Xrd are very good for that. Strive is obviously a lot worse, which was kind of intended on their part.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you actually think of like the way the game handles combos or the game's aesthetic, Killer Instinct 2013 is very good about that.
I can comment on that. Freaking MK used to be good about it.
Yeah, MK9's pretty good about it.
Yeah.
I was about to say another Western game that's specifically pretty good at it.
I mean,
I can't recall though.
Who? What?
Tekken's cheating. Tekken is cheating.
Tekken is cheating. Tekken has like Tekken's move lists are big enough to accommodate 4 characters, and I don't mind that. Like, yes. I'm not complaining. I'm one of those weirdos that likes that fact, but like, still,
I mind unless I remember that. Oh yeah, 99% of these moves I'm not going to use.
Yeah, like with Tekken, I feel like there's a different way to learn Tekken than there is to learning different or other fighting games, just because like in most other fighting games, you just go, okay, these are my specials, and then you use those. Along the way, you will pick up on whatever normals are good or whatever normals you like to use, and then you just know the moveset. In Tekken, you go into practice mode. You look, or at least, well, I do. So I go to practice mode. I pick a character. I go through all of their moves, all of them, do a couple of test combos, and then pick out a couple of moves that I will actually try to fucking remember. Try.
Where's Electric Wind God Fist? All right, I'm set.
If only it was that easy.
All I need is Electric Wind God Fist, Scissors Kick, and Demon Spin. That's all I need.
I don't need anything aside from Crash Landing and not Poison Mist, whatever the only legs are only.
Yeah.
Crash Landing is the while-running double kick, by the way. The easiest fucking input in the universe.
Ah, yes, okay. I don't remember what the move itself is, but I know the input you're talking about.
He does a front flip, and then... Yeah, that's basically it. He does a front flip and then lands on his knees, more or less.
Ah. You're not talking about the flip kick that he shares with Martial Law and Anna, are you?
No, that's freaking 7 double kicks, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a difference there. Whereas, 2D fighters, it's like, I should get good with every special move. And there are some special moves on some characters that are terrible and you don't want to learn, but for the most part, yeah, special moves exist for a reason in 2D fighters.
Yeah.
Which, what was I going to say? With Uni, we've already talked before considerably about the good variety of stuff. But what should we talk about in terms of stuff to appreciate outside of that? Because I want to talk about... Oh, you know what? Like, we always end up talking about, like, new user experience, right? Because, like...
Yeah.
Fighting games,
important.
like... Fighting game, like it is important. Though I think fighting games are given to a tendency to believe that because it is a niche genre, that it is also a dying genre, which I don't think is necessarily the truth.
Yeah.
And I know you agree with this, that not every game needs to necessarily be designed to be for beginners.
Yes, definitely.
Now, I'm inclined to the idea that having beginner games isn't bad, and that there are some things to learn from beginner games, and there are sometimes where beginner games make things that I think are so logical they should extend to other games.
I don't disagree. Like my main point of contention with where games are going when it comes to opening up to beginners is just that, like, all of the core gameplay is moving while not, like, basically a lot of my issues with how things are getting what's the word?
Is that the way they're trying to simplify things is by just slowing everything down and making everything a footsies-based game,
I mean,
even though
not just,
footsies aren't footsies aren't necessarily actually beginner-friendly, because a guy who's used to footsies is still going to wreck newbies at footsies.
Yeah, that and also, like, a lot of my issues with stuff like that, stuff from a mechanical side or whatever, user interaction side. Because, like, I don't like auto combos and stuff like that, but, like, I don't have to like auto combos. They can just be in an easy mode for beginners who don't want to learn how to play the game, and that's fine. Like, if it's there, then I won't complain about auto combos, because I don't care. Like, it's not, like, the existence of auto combos doesn't offend me. The existence of auto combos taking up valuable button space where I could actually have punches and kicks. That's what offends me.
I mean, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and ask this. What do you think is the best newbie-friendly feature you've seen in a fighting game yet?
Oh, that's a good question. I could say Exodus tutorial, but that's a cop-out, and also newbies won't play the fucking tutorial. So...
One that I'll throw out, though I don't know how you'd be able to throw it in other games, because it looked kind of goofy in other games, but Phantasy Strike has a thing where whenever you get hit, a little pop-up comes off your character saying what you could have done to not get hit by that. Like if you get command grabbed,
I don't
a
know.
little
I feel like that could be. I feel like that could be. Oh, I don't remember the fucking word, but it could. It could be. If it could feel like the game is disrespecting you, more or less.
Yeah, that's true. But if someone's so arrogant that they can't handle the game, telling them, "Hey, this is how you defend against this," that kind of person can never be taught because
True.
that's the kind of person for whom learning implies they weren't perfect before. You know,
Yeah.
that they didn't already know everything there was to know.
What is the best newbie mechanic? I mean, I feel like there is another big cop out from me, coming from me specifically, just because like the first thing when I think of really well implemented newbie things, I always come back to like Tekken and just the amount of options in Tekken making up for not having an easy inputs thing, because the inputs are easy enough already, like most of them. Like, you know, a newbie won't do an electric with God Fist on purpose, but the sheer amount of options that Tekken gives makes up for the slack that there usually isn't like an easy input thing. And like even with Tekken 7 they did add that, now that I think about it.
And they did for some reason, yes. I would say if there's any fighting game where it's fine to just hop in and press buttons, it's Tekken, but
Yeah. But I guess like that's the thing. Like I guess a well-made like oh, I don't remember what Exert called it, but the easy mode where it just freaking like it simplifies the controls for you. Like I don't have a problem with those existing as long as like it does it teach people bad things? Yes. But at the same time, people can learn. if
people
someone
can break
yeah,
people can break bad habits, and if it got them to play and nothing else would have gotten them to play, then you know it is what it is.
Yeah. And like once again, all of the things that I dislike about the simplification of fighting games could just be relegated to that mode, and then I would stop complaining about them. Because it's not their existence that I have an issue with, it's that they are put into the main way that the game is played, or like not even the main way, because like that's discrediting the people who would have to play or want to play on the easier thing. But like, you know, like that, I don't like. I don't. It really just comes down to I don't like my skill ceiling being simplified. I don't mind the skill floor. Like if I want to do a pretzel to do a rising storm, then let me do a pretzel to do a rising storm. I don't care if I can just press down 3 times and press 2 punches. And I know that's not the input SNK went with for the easier input, but that would be even easier than the current input.
It's one of the weird things when they try and simplify inputs and like, oh, well, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Shoryukens have been replaced with down inputs, and it's like, I think that's way fucking harder.
Yeah, because we're used to Shoryuken. Like the normal input for
Shoryukens.
Just
because I'm used to Shoryuken, but like throwing down into a combo, into a like a moment where I'm already going to be pressing forward or back, you know, it's much easier to turn a forward motion into Shoryuken, you know?
I don't remember if Infinite had dashes or not, but like in Uni I got pretty used to pressing down and then one of the punches with Akatsuki. So you can get used to it. Like
you can definitely get used to it, but like I'm just like when Mortal Kombat loves the down input, and every time there's a down input in Mortal Kombat, I'm like, oh fuck, well I'm not using that move.
Yeah, it is a natural to us because it's not one of the like 10 inputs that everybody uses.
AKA Street Fighter inputs.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple.
Talk about defining business.
I mean, I know and I'm used to a couple of classic Mortal Kombat inputs like freaking. Like I feel like I don't remember which one it was initially, back forward or back punch for Scorpion's spear.
I think it was back punch because I always have to hear Mike complain about how they changed it.
Yeah, like I'm still used to back punch because it made sense with the animation, so I was like, okay, cool, sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. You start to associate that stuff with the animation.
Yeah.
So, like, mentally, my thing for Shoryuken is that he goes down and then he rises. It's an uppercut. So then the down, down, it's just kind of like, but I'm going up? Why do I press down to go up? You know?
What if the next simple input for Shoryuken is down up?
Oh, God, don't say that. The down up inputs kick my ass in Mortal Kombat. I can't do them consistently at all.
Down up inputs suck just because it contains up in games where up is jump.
Yes, yes. And like it's near always the tightest input in the game.
Yeah.
So you just end up as Raiden, right? You want to teleport, and you're like, "Oh, I got the opponent now. I'm gonna teleport behind him, and I'm gonna do the big combo, and it's gonna be so cool." And you just jump and look like an asshole, you know?
Oh, I can do teleports just fine. But then,
oh, God damn it!
But then you have to remember, like, once again,
you've been playing Mortal Kombat longer than I have.
Yeah, big small baby toddler used to do fucking teleport combos with Raiden, or at least tried to. So yeah.
Oh man. I will say, look. Oh man, Akatsuki does have his down Shoryu input. Oh God, right. That's why I don't really like Akatsuki.
Yeah,
It's like otherwise I kind of like Akatsuki, but then in the down for Shoryu, it's like, oh fuck that, I ain't doing that.
I mean, usually what I do with Akatsuki is I do Getlings, and then I can cancel into Tatsumaki, and then I Roman cancel, and then I do it again, and they never see it coming.
Man, I always forget that Roman cancels on the double X input, correct?
Yes, and only if you have Vorpal meter.
Yes, and that's always the thing.
If you have the timer on your side, well, you have Vorpal meter, and then stuff. You know, I thought about reviewing fighting games, or like the fighting games I own already, at least, just because freaking like it wouldn't hurt to have yet another fucking guide out there. But I don't know if I'm knowledgeable enough about fighting games overall to really be like, hey. Freaking, this is a Vorpal meter. Don't fucking pay attention to it. It doesn't matter. Like 80% of the time, it doesn't matter. And if it matters, then you'll be glowing anyway. It don't matter. Did you notice
the
that yet?
Vorpal meter. I was about to say, like, Uni's very good at being noob friendly gameplay wise, except for that.
I don't know. I'd still say there's a lot of like. The meters on screen seem really challenging and daunting with how just like their sheer volume. At the same time, you don't need to pay attention to anything that's not the super meter, because the Vorpal meter does its own tug of war thing, and technically you can do freaking like you can do mind games and stuff like that with building it up and things, but like at low levels, a person just coming into the game, they are not going to start doing mind games immediately, so they can just not pay attention, because when you have the ability to Roman cancel, the characters glow purple anyway.
Yeah, but how many people are going to see that and think it's important and get intimidated and be like, I don't understand this system. I don't know, this game's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because, like, absolutely, there are a lot of game mechanics in a lot of games that are complex, and you can really just say, just fucking ignore it.
Yeah.
But, like, a video game is never going to say in its tutorial, hey, just ignore this mechanic. You know?
Yeah. And that's assuming that people will play the tutorial.
That's absolutely true. That's all, like, people, if they did play the tutorial, they wouldn't read it anyways.
Yeah.
They just press the button to mash through it. I say that as someone who has had several tutorials where I've mashed through like a tutorial prompt and then immediately after been like, oh fuck, that just said something important, didn't it?
I scan through the tutorial, like whenever I do tutorials in games, I scan through what's being said, and if it's something that I would otherwise know, like, you know, in fighting game tutorials, if it's just like, if I look at it and it basically summarizes to press forward to walk, then I just go, okay, fuck it, and then skip, and then I walk forward, because I don't need to be told how to walk forward. I paid attention. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I paid attention.
Finish what you're going to say.
I paid attention to what the Whirlpool stuff, the Whirlpool meter and stuff like that, were explaining, just because other games don't usually have a Whirlpool meter, and then the explanations summarized is doesn't fucking matter. Like it will be going on in the background. It's like the Whirlpool meter is betting on the fight between Blaze and whatever the other guy's name is in the bridge level in Mortal Kombat 2. Like that's basically what the Whirlpool meter is.
The Vorpal meter is, we want a mechanic to encourage people to be aggressive, but we didn't want to just straight up rip off Guilty Gear and implement negative penalty.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like the Whirlpool meter works better than negative penalty, just because it's like you actually feel that it has weight, whereas negative penalty is not really that bad.
Negative penalty is so not aggressive that if you did the kind of thing that gets you punished with negative penalty anyways, it would just get you killed regardless.
Yeah.
It requires you to do literally fucking nothing except walking back or standing still. Anything else gets rid of it. Like, if negative penalty was harsher, like, the thing with negative penalty is, if negative penalty was actually as harsh as it would be, like, be a functioning gameplay mechanic, it would just invalidate Axel Lowe's gameplay, too.
Yeah. Maybe that's a problem for Axel Lowe. Why did he stop time? The nerd?
Yeah. Why not use your fucking long-ass chains to run in on the opponent, jackass?
Yeah. Why doesn't Axel, the lowest of the Guilty Gear characters, just eat the others?
You just call him the lowest of the Guilty Gear characters?
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Do we want to talk about... Okay. So, let's talk about visuals for a second, right?
All right.
So, how do you feel about Uni's UI?
I like the UI. Well, which part of it? Do you mean the main menu? Do you mean the fight UI? Do you mean the character select?
That's a good question. I was going to say the fight UI, but I think Uni's got a pretty good character select.
Yeah, I don't think there's a part of the UI that I dislike, just because like all of it flows very well. Like it like obviously all of the people were freaking heralded to I'm using words and I'm second guessing the usage. Like, does that actually mean what I was trying to say? I don't know. But anyway, like all of the people were told to make something that makes sense when you put them together. But I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. I mean, just look at fucking Guilty Gear Strive. The menus say one story. The fight UI says another. The end fight UI says a third story. Things are happening in game design land, but freaking the Uni UI, all of it flows together very nice, and like it has its own style. It's not as like it's not a bombastic freaking in your face, very heavily stylized. Like I don't know what other freaking adjectives I could attach to it. UI like Persona 5. Right, any of the other personas for that matter, but like, well, any of the other personas I've seen for that matter, but like Uni has a very distinct, like I don't know what to call it, like freaking like it has a distinct mid 2000s, like, or not even like, yeah, mid to late 2000s like city anime thing going on with how it's like all grungy and shit, but it's also like mostly centered around one color and stuff like that.
I'd say Uni overall has a mid to late 2000s and a city anime thing going on, just like all together,
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is a good thing, because you want to have a unified visual direction, of course.
Yes. I mean, so sometimes it pays to not have a unified visual direction, because, well, it depends on what part of the game once again, but like sometimes it pays to not have a unified visual direction, because that in itself can also be an art style. but it takes effort, and then you also need like everything needs to be
Effort sucks.
What?
I said effort sucks.
Yeah. Like for a clashing of art styles to make sense and make an art style on its own, everything about the game needs to slot into place perfectly. Like the art style needs to be just right. The writing, the characters need to serve for the freaking the art style to make sense like that. Like you can't just make like a Batman game and freaking like you can't make a Batman game and sticker bomb it and then say that it's good. Basically. Batman needs to be at least like 40% hipster for the sticker bombing to start making sense.
Well, that's what you think. I feel like I hate the sticker bombing aesthetic, but even I have to admit, like a sticker bomb Batgirl or Robin game could almost work.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I pulled on sticker bombing just because I couldn't freaking figure out an art style that makes sense. Faster. That would be a clashing of art styles by design. But like like usually, the art styles that go for that sort of like clashing things are like the things that really want to be punk. Is the best way I can put it. Like look at fucking you can look at fucking XD, Tom Clancy's XD, lol.
Oh no, I've not looked at it. Is it that bad?
I don't know. I've only seen their advertisement image, but considering the amount of fucking attitude that I got off of the advertisement image, I think that's what they're going for. I don't know if they pulled it off, but I'll need to check. But like that's like things that are really trying really hard to be punk usually go for a clashing of art styles because rebel against freaking social norms or whatever, and.
Rebel against the social norms of cohesive visual designs.
Yes. We both have a guy who's practically one-dimensional. Nothing character, nothing story character, but in like actual character design, it's just a dot. And we also have a very fat woman, and that breaks social norms somehow.
To be fair, I'm sure 4chan will still throw a shit fit over the.
Oh no, I'm not saying about I'm not talking about actual like freaking X Division or whatever the fuck they're called. The X Division. That's not their name, but it should be.
Well, now it is.
But like, but like I don't know about that new Tom Clancy games characters or anything like that. Like I'm just pointing out things that are like I'm pointing out cliches of people trying really hard to be punk.
Yeah, the new Spider-Man movies have also been kind of guilty of this, even though I'm quite fond of them, but yeah, they've also been guilty of the like, hey, stickers all over thing in denim, we're punk. Are you sure about that, Chief?
They should take a couple of notes from Cyberpunk. No, from Spider-Punk.
Spider-Man, I was looking at it and I was like, this game's missing something. You know what's missing? Fucking Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. Freaking.
I'm not gonna lie, a Cyberpunk 2077 fighting game would actually be kind of rad.
Yeah. Like I'm just imagining the whatever the next freaking the next Spider-Man movie's title is freaking On Home Leave. I mean, imagining what's his face just like the movie just starts with Peter playing the PS5 and and he's playing Cyberpunk, and the glitch happens where your character just becomes naked even though they have clothes on, and then his cock just flops out, and then that's when Tobey Maguire and the other guy walk in, and they're like, what the hell, dude? this game doesn't exist in our universe.
In our universe, CD Projekt Red just made Witcher 4.
Yeah. Everybody's currently sucking their cocks over it. They have become the kings of Poland.
They actually got made kings of Poland. It wasn't like a peaceful transition though. It was a hostile fucking takeover.
Yeah, the people of CD Projekt Red made a Get Out of Rivia mech, and then they took over
Never
Poland
say
with the mech.
anything like that again. I'm disgusted just by the thought.
You know those you know those like freaking old 80s mech fights where very obvious that the robot has a cock laser, but they try to like pretend that it's not a cock laser. Get out, just straight up pulls out his dick and it's a cock laser.
And he's got the two swords, so he's three wielding.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Christ. That.
On the night.
Alright. How did Uni UI lead to this?
I don't know. So what's your opinion on the Uni UI words?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other. I like the character select. I like the little bios. I do like that a lot. The little bios, you know.
Yeah. Did you notice that every character has their blood type shown because the blood type determines whether you're equal or evil?
Yes, I did, because it's Japan.
Yeah.
Good old Japan. It's the same old stick. Shtick, not stick. Shtick.
We've been saying
the same old stick.
we've been like. I started this whole thing of just saying all of the wrong things, and now you're picking up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway. So yeah, I also
That's so stupid. Why am I laughing at it?
You want the same old stick?
The same old stick. God damn it.
It's the same old stick that they beat the horse with.
Okay. I'm not a fan of Uni's meters. That I don't like how they look. The Vorpal gauge is actually kind of okay looking, but I don't like how the meters in Uni. I don't like that weird blue-red thing thing they got going on. You know.
I need to look at the picture because I don't fucking remember. I know what you're talking. I know what, yeah, that's why I don't remember it. I don't think. But yeah, yeah, I don't mind the meters, the actual meters, not the health meters. Like I don't mind the meters, but at the same time, like it's a very utilitarian design on that one.
Yeah, of course it's not like oh god, my eyes they burn. It's not that, you know.
Yeah, like they're okay, but they certainly could be better. Yeah. The thing that the one part of the UI that I dislike is the Win icons. They're so fucking generic. Do you remember the Win icons?
I don't even recall them. Is it just like a little?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't. I was just going to like pitch various generic Win icons.
Yeah, the Win icons are just a pink square and a letter in it, a white letter, and that's it.
Yeah, they could do better. They could do better. I'm trying to think of like what I would think of as the best Win icons, and like the only one that comes to mind
Alpha
is
3.
Ooh, I've not ever noticed with Alpha. I was going to say with Street Fighter 4, like if you finish a match with like an Ultra, you get like the crazy Win icon that's a U with lightning bolts coming off of it.
Alpha 3 has character specific Win icons if you use like certain special moves and things like that.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, if you beat people with chip kills, then it's just a slice of cheese. And otherwise, like most of the
yes,
and most of the
that. Oh, that's awesome.
And most of the lettering ones are kind of on the generic side too. But if you for example beat someone with a Shango Kusatsu, then you get a 10 symbol.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't remember other specific ones, but I do remember there being specific ones. But I actually don't know if it's Alpha 3 or Alpha 2. I think it's Alpha 2 because if I remember correctly, Alpha 3 just has a super icon with the amount of bars you used for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Alpha 3 was a general downgrade in the UI. Like, That's the thing that bugs the shit out of me, because Alpha 2's got so many things that it does right, but Alpha 3's got more characters, you know?
Yes, for whatever reason, that was just the Capcom thing to do around that time, because that's true for both Alpha 2s and 2 and 3s, and Street Fighter 3 2 and 3.
Yeah, I would say that, like, the UI isn't as much of a downgrade in the case of going from Second Impact to Third Strike.
The UI,
I mean,
the UI is mostly the same. It's everything else about the presentation that's really a big downgrade between Second Impact and Third Strike.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, like, going back to, like, Second Impact is more unthinkable for me, though, because it's like, well, there's no queue, you know?
I guess. I mean,
is it bad that I wasn't joking when I said that?
No, I mean, I didn't buy Street Fighter 5 until like 3 or 4 years in after Akuma was added in, just because, well, they didn't have Akuma at first. And then I was like, well, I don't like how the gameplay looks anyway, so I just won't bother. And yeah, and I didn't. I waited until they released Gil, and then I could buy everything at a lower price. Yes.
That was, as someone who got in on Street Fighter 5 at the start, that was probably the right choice.
Yeah.
That game was fucking rough at the beginning, goddamn.
I mean, that game is rough right now. It was just a lot rougher.
The game, I think Street Fighter 5 has improved a lot, but I think that the real heap of the improvement has come since Ono left.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to blame Ono for everything, because we don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes, but boy, there has been a noticeable improvement.
Yep. Oh no, there has been one downgrade since Ono left. Because didn't you guys freaking hype up Rose?
The new guys. What do you mean hype up Rose?
Aren't they the ones who revealed Rose? Weren't they already in power by the time Rose was revealed?
Yes, they were the ones who revealed Rose.
So there is one noticeable downgrade between when Ono was with Street Fighter and after it, which is that Kenny Omega showed up and promoted the game.
Yes, that's pretty terrible.
That doesn't impact the game. Like, it doesn't impact the game on a mechanical level, but it does impact the game on a moral level, I guess.
Yeah.
A psychological level. There we go. That's the right wording for that.
Oh, Jesus, right. I wish I hadn't been reminded of that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can't all be winners.
No, that's true. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do for marketing, and the people who are marks for Kenny Omega are such big marks for him. They'd be like, oh my God, they hired Kenny Omega, show off the fighting game. Super wholesome. I buy all copies of the game.
Yeah.
Savior of wrestling.
I
hate wrestling fans.
Kenny Omega. I hate wrestling.
Fair.
So yeah, on the night, a game where one of the characters does a lot of wrestling moves. I think maybe does Mika do a lot of wrestling moves? She does the review.
And she does do the rear view, but honestly, I don't put in that much time with Mika because, like, no, yeah.
Yeah, I put in some time with Mika just because I'm accidentally good with her. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not good. You should be shitter with her.
I don't want to play Mika, but at the same time I can do a big combo with Mika. And it's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. weirdly enough, my like best characters are freaking Male Makoto and freaking I don't even know what stupid name I could give to Waldstein. Rostam Potemkin. Pretty much.
You're not wrong. That's the thing. You're not wrong.
My favorite thing about Waldstein is that his Gatlings, like his normal neutral Gatlings, combo into forward, the forward B, and then you can do a grab while he's in forward B, which is like, I don't know, 30% damage without freaking without any meter.
Waldstein's in the same category as Iron Tiger for me, where if you can combo into the command grab, it's just like, oh, that's not me. That's not me, Chief. You know.
I don't know, because like I don't go for the easy combos, but I do go for the freaking the wall bounces. Like not the actual wall bounce move that Waldstein has. I mean that usually like I launch people, do a fucking air combo, and then I pick them up off the ground and I hit them with the Potemkin Buster.
Yeah.
That is me. That definitely is me. that 40 to 50% health that I just took off of you. That definitely is me.
Thank you.
I
mean, for me, it's just always the good old satisfaction of when you connect a command grab, because it's like difficult, or at least it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even
when Tiger has magnetism on, it isn't, but you know.
Yeah, the magnetism stuff isn't as difficult. The only thing that I can really like, the only things that make it easier for Waldstein to grab someone with the pickup at least, is that, well, you know, you do have the animation to buffer the input and stuff like that, but at the same time, you have a very specific window to input 2 full circles and then a button. So it kind of it kind of works out.
Yeah.
Like it is still kind of hard and requires execution to actually grab someone off of the freaking the OTG grab that he, or whatever the pickup he has, the restand.
Yeah, I noticed that, like, going through the challenge mode, that is, like, that's really strong that he can do that, but also, yeah, it's kind of hard to do. So I guess that's what balances it out.
Yeah. Is there any character that you particularly... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to say that I do like that the game has both super easy combos and in some places super hard combos.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it enough to say that Gear Taker Strike shouldn't have bothered with an actual tutorial, but you know, like I prefer if we had both. But I suppose it's not bad. Like, you know, this is like having a challenge mode that shows you normal combos and actually like that shows you easier to do combos and shows you hard execution heavy combos.
Yes,
is very much preferable to having a challenge mode like Street Fighter V, where the tutorial is 3 YouTube videos and the challenge mode is outdated.
Yes. Oh my god. Because that bugs the shit out of me, because there's so many cool combos in Street Fighter V's challenge mode. And you're like, oh man, I can't wait to bust that combo out. And you take it into practice mode. It's like, oh, they patched it out. Great. Fuck me, you know?
Yeah, then you need to go and look up through like 7 years worth of patch notes to find the one that says fun has been patched out, and then jokes on you that was the release patch.
Yeah, they put that challenge in to fuck with you. All right. What are you going to say about characters?
Oh yeah, is there any character that you particularly dislike? I mean, aside from, like, you know, Mika.
I actually don't even particularly hate Mika. I hate the implication, but like as a character, I do like tiny character with big power. That is a character archetype I like. I do like fantasy dwarfs. Any character I particularly dislike? Edgy Ninja Man is kind of strange to me, because like he doesn't do anything.
I mean, Seth has set play, but he also has Alpha Blade, and that's about it, really. I guess he can do Basara shit, but that genuinely seems to be it.
Okay, you're making better points than I am. I was just going to say my understanding is he does nothing in the story.
Oh, in the story, I don't know. I don't
Like
remember. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
That I remember having played through the story with him, or you know, his story, his arcade mode. But I don't actually remember what was said in it. So
Well, I think what it was he's like supposed to be the rival character, and he was in the first game. But after that, they kind of forgot about it and slowly shifted it over to Carmine being the rival character.
makes sense. Carmine is more interesting. He is Heath Ledger after all.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Seth doesn't really do anything that's like especially different. He's just a ninja. Whereas Carmine, like, bloodbending isn't an entirely new power, but it's something that's not been done in fighting games, you know?
Yeah.
And Carmine's got that kind of a Yori effect where he's like immediately super creepy. So you kind of wonder, like, is there any chance this guy could actually be good, or is he just like a horrible monster like he looks? Because like Iori has the same thing where Iori does like Iori's got that creepy how am I forgetting its name? It is creepy super mode. How am I forgetting?
Orochi.
Orochi, yes, thank you. He's got that creepy Orochi form, and he's got the evil laugh, and he killed Vice and Mature. But like, other than that, he's not a bad dude. So it's like, what? You know, there's a contrast of character. You know.
Yeah, he already has perfectly chiseled abs, and you remember him when you look at the moon. He's very creepy.
I do. I don't know about you. Yeah, either which way. You know, what character do I dislike in Uni? Because, like, no, honestly.
Oh, is Nana said the Wind Girl?
Yeah. Her character, her gameplay isn't terribly interesting. Her character design is really boring. It's just a schoolgirl with a big sword, like the most generic Japanese character design imaginable. And my understanding is her story is that she just goes around accusing everyone of raping her.
No, she goes around accusing. No, she goes around accusing Hyde of something that is not specified. That sounds like she's accusing him of raping her, but in reality, she's accusing him of having turned her into an in-birth.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's better. I don't know if I want to say that's better.
I mean, if the character doesn't matter, I guess it's just there.
Yeah.
I guess every fighting game needs their Blanca.
Yeah. As for me, like there's a couple characters that I like. I completely forgot Nana existed until you said her. but her
yeah.
Like I don't really like her. I don't really like freaking Spider Boy. Whatever his name is.
Really?
Yeah.
I love him. He's so creepy and freaky.
I don't know. To me, he's just boring.
I mean, I can see where like the predatory spider thing is overdone.
Yeah. And I really like how his desperation super is just cardboard cutouts. No animation required.
I've not noticed this. What are you talking about?
His desperation super. If you're at 30% health and have 200% bar, then you can press all of the face buttons to do a desperation super. That's always close range. But his desperation super, it hits you up into the air, and then we transition into an animated segment, quote unquote, where it's just a moving background behind him, and then it's just one frame of him standing to the side, freaking fading in from one side, and then fading out, and then fading in from the other side, flip horizontally, and then fading out, doing that 4 times, and then then it's another frame of him freaking standing with the spider things above him, and I think there's another frame of him slamming them down, and that's how he kills you, or something like that, or maybe not even that. Maybe it's just the one frame of him standing, and then it fades to black, and your character screams.
I mean, it's pretty clear this game was made on a budget, right?
Most of the other characters have like animations when they like, you know, when characters try to have animations. They have animations. It may not be like, you know, smooth 24 frames a second or whatever. But they do usually have animations, or they're just like KOF style supers, and those work fine.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like, to me his desperation super sticks out as the one where it's obvious that the game is on a budget. Because the other ones, like I can be fine, because you know, like they just went with this style of super for this one, and they wanted to animate that for whatever reason, or they really felt like they needed this punch to look good, so we have a close up with the actual like big animated sprite of the character coming in and doing the punch instead of the normal sprite. Like those make sense, but there is no animation here. It's two stills that are moved to mimic animation. And like it may just be a thing where I know how to do that. So to me, the illusion is lost, and all I see are the cardboard cutouts.
All right. What's your least? Oh, that's what you just answered. Yeah. I'm an idiot. Yeah. We transitioned to talking about an awful super, and I forgot what we were talking about entirely.
I'm also not the biggest fan of Hilda, but that's just like, I don't know. I think her design is a bit boring, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's a disagreement there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, like I always like the character, the seductress chick, and that's never really been your kind of character, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, it's just difference in preference for aesthetic, I guess.
Yeah.
For my part, I kind of like that Hilda's like not just crazy, but also kind of pathetic, you know?
I mean, to
like,
me,
isn't she even not really that big of a villain?
I don't know if she's that big of a villain in the grand scheme of things. Like to me, my biggest issue with Hilda is just that she's not that imposing as a character. Like, she doesn't have a lot of presence, despite how the game tries to treat her. To me, it just falls flat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who to point out that was like a Sedastrix character that pulls that off. Like, I guess, was Lost in Fullmetal Alchemist like that? If I remember correctly, Lost might have been like that. Give me a sec.
I'm going to assume Lost was supposed to be a seductress character, if that's what you're talking about.
I mean, probably, but I don't remember it. Yeah. Lost was imposing. Lost was a seductress character that an evil seductress character pulled off well to me, because like Lost wasn't scary, like, per se. Like, she wasn't, you know, like, you look at her and then you have freaking like nightmares, but like
what kind?
But like Lost carried herself. Yeah, Lost carried herself with a presence that they tried to do with Hilda as well. But Lost carries herself with such a presence, and how the other characters treat her mirrors it so well, that she does have this air of like freaking being oh bloody hell, dangerous.
You and I went for very different things there.
Yeah. Now she has this air of danger around her. And Hilda, like, they tried to do the same thing with Hilda, but it just doesn't work because, I don't know, like, nobody respects Hilda. I guess that's a part of it.
She don't get no respect.
Like, the only person who even remotely goes to respecting Hilda is Phonon, I think. Yeah, who goes to Hilda because people are like, girl, for whatever reason, your stand is a freaking a whip, so you should become a BDSM girl. And she goes, I don't want to, but I guess I need a gimmick. So she just freaking goes to Hilda because she heard about Hilda's BDSM being legendary. Genuinely, that's in the story. and then for the final battle, she just goes up to Hilda and she goes, "Yo, you want to teach me how to do good BDSM?" And Hilda goes, "Oh, maybe I will." And she goes, "Okay, never mind, you're creepy." And then Hilda freaking Phonon beats her up, and that's the story.
Who said who was creepy?
Phonon said to Hilda that she's being like, you know, she's being she's trying to be seductive to an underage person, you know. Like you're that type of creepy.
Yeah.
Because like you have to remember, 90% of Uni's cast is underage. Only like Yuzu, Gordo, and Hilda aren't.
I remember that. Yes, I do. What? Even like the knights, the night chick and the night dude.
What night chick and night dude?
The chick with the sword and shield, and the ice guy with the rapier.
I don't know if Lone Reika is supposed to be underage, because he's not in my game, because I bought the game when it was still ST. So I have everything about the game aside from Lone Reika and the new colors. But I believe even Wagner is supposed to be underage. The only like freaking Waldstein and Merkava I think technically aren't underage either. But Merkava's a void, and Waldstein, I don't know what Waldstein is.
Well, whatever they are, I'm sure Japan still wants to fuck them.
Yep. I mean, look, can you blame them with those claws?
Oh yeah. And that horrible screech the Merkava makes.
Yeah.
Merkava.
Like, you know,
I'm sorry I've been talking too much. I've been trying to cram down some breakfast.
Yeah, it's fine. Like the only other character that technically you could freaking argue is over the age of consent technically is Lynn, because she's like a spirit of an old woman who possessed a small girl, but she's still in a small girl body, so I don't fucking care. She's underage.
Yep. Good old Japan. I forgot about that character, and I am disgusted now.
Nice. Hopefully you won't throw up your breakfast words.
I'll throw it up directly onto the phone.
Yes. You will turn your webcam on, and we will have live feed. Your webcam on your phone. Wow, brain, good work.
There may be, actually.
I mean, there's a front-facing camera, but that's not a webcam. Anyway.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can see
there
you.
is.
I can see you. Eating menacingly.
Okay, fun to know that's there. Okay.
Yeah.
I like how it has to reverse mirror it since my phone is technically mirrored.
Yeah. It reverse mirrors everything that you put on the webcam thing. So like we tried to do streaming stuff with Pink from OBS through the webcam thing on Discord, and it was mirrored, and none of the text was legible. So that didn't work. I wish it did. Anyway, Anda Night has what has the music? We haven't discussed the music.
I play the game on mute.
Usually so do I. Well, I don't play Under Night on mute. I play most games on mute. Usually. Just because, like, usually...
I don't play most games on mute, just Japanese fighting games. Because I don't need my TV loudly making the noises of Japanese women making orgasm noises whenever they get hit.
Yeah, that's your problem for playing the game on freaking speaker. I have headphones. I can listen to all of the Bikens moaning.
Yeah, that's a pretty big benefit of headphones.
Yeah, I do everything with headphones because I don't want people hearing the shit I listen to.
I have earbuds on my PC, but not on the TV.
Yeah, I did. I have TV. Like I pretty much only buy TVs if they have a headphone out. That's one of the requirements for me.
All right. So, no, go ahead.
I was going to say the music to Under Night is okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's okay. It does what it needs to. It is music.
I've never heard it, but I'm going to assume that it's either Japanese butt rock or it's going to be Japanese pop.
It's like I don't know what to call it. It's like symphonic J-rock, more or less.
Yeah. Guess that makes sense, yeah.
And so, like, it works usually. There are a couple tracks where they do kind of start blending together, but usually they have a pretty distinct progression and stuff like that to make sense for the character that they're made for. Words, I can't fucking decide if I like. The reason I'm falling over my words so much today is just because sometimes I go for something, but I get stuck in like the whatever the tonal or whatever the vocal part between like properly pronouncing R's and L's and just like fucking saying W's instead is. I just get stuck in the fucking middle between the two, and I can't decide which one I'm trying to go with anymore. It's really great. Anyway. What were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything. I was choking on my own throat.
Ah. Nice. The best experience.
So when have they said anything about making a new version of Uni?
No, the director before Melty Blood was announced, the director said that he's trying to get rollback to happen. He doesn't know if it will happen, but he would like for it to happen, so it may happen. And that's basically the last update we got on it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Honestly, at this point, they probably would just want to wait for the next version anyways, because, like, what was the time difference between ST and Clear? Between Unis and Uniclear?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
It's like 3 or 4 years, right?
I think so.
Because French Bread doesn't have that huge of a budget, so whatever they're doing right now, probably everything is going into Melty.
Yeah. You don't like. I was so disappointed when I heard that it only has 2 single player modes. Well, technically 3, but the visual novel doesn't count. Yeah, Melty Blood.
Ah.
Yeah, Melty Blood only has arcade and survival and the visual novel. Maybe.
I mean, that's about what I would expect, honestly. That's kind of a niche game. That's like a super niche game. I think Melty Blood is one of those games that could have all the noob-friendly features in the world, and it would still be super niche.
Yeah, they are trying to go with more noob-friendly features.
Yeah, I know they added rollback, but
I'm not talking about rollback. Rollback is not a noob-friendly feature. Rollback is I want my game not to fucking die in like 2 weeks feature.
Rollback is I don't have 3 bars of internet friendly feature.
But like freaking,
which
from what if I remember correctly, they said that they're adding like they're adding more focus on auto combos and stuff like that. And honestly, I tuned out once that discussion started because I was like, oh well, I guess I don't care anymore.
As long as they're optional, it's not.
I mean, if it's
skin off your back if they're optional.
Well, yeah, if it's optional, it's fine. But from the way they were discussed, it didn't seem like they were.
Well, I'd wait until they actually make a statement instead of just immediately judging. Well, whatever is the worst possible thing for me, that's what's happening.
Fucking hell, words. Like that's the thing. If I didn't, like I got this information from their video. So like they could elaborate. Like it could be a thing where they left out some information. regarding it, or maybe I just do not by the point, and in that case, it is my fault. But like, you know, from that video, if I remember what was said in that video correctly, it just seemed like they're just like they're trying to make it more noob friendly, which is you know, and then the 3 modes, and that was the big thing for me, because like I don't know how much freaking Type Lumina will cost. And like, you know, the cost does have a big thing on whether or not 3 mode is justifiable. But like, I don't know if I particularly care if that's all the game has to offer for me, because I'm not going to be going online. Like I need to be in a multi-blood kind of freaking mindset just to play multi-blood to begin with. To go online in it is another question.
Yeah. And that is a quintessential question for, I think, most people, because most people don't want to play online because they think they'll get stomped.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to... It's rough to talk about, you know, because, like, the most noob-friendly things are things that really cost money, you know?
Yeah.
That are really genuinely noob-friendly, and not just like, well, we removed this feature, and it's like, okay, that didn't cost you any money, so I can see why that was appealing, but yeah, no one's going, like, you're not going to sell a person by putting that on the box of the game, you know? We got rid of this feature that was super complex from the last game. Like, yeah, put that on the back cover of Strive. Hey kids, we got rid of fucking did they get rid of faultless defense?
No, they did get rid of varied wake up timing, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing that they got rid of variable wake up timing. It's just the first thing that came to my mind that was bad. that they would put on the box, that they could put on the box, and it would just be overall like, no, fuck, what am I saying?
Did they
No,
burst?
No, the burst is still in. Faultless defense burst and burst are still in. Gatlings have been removed. They could put Gatlings there, because Gatlings were straight up move friendly, but you know.
Yeah, we got put that on the back. We got rid of Gatling combos, guys.
Now you have to work twice as hard to do half as much. Now you have to work twice as hard to land half as many hits to do more damage.
Put on the back of Street Fighter 4's box. We have successfully removed parrying. No. Put on the back of Super Smash Bros. Brawl's box. Introducing new feature, running. It just gets rid of wave tripping. It just gets rid of wave dashing. That's all it does.
Yeah. What if the speaking of removing freaking shit from serialized games like this, what if the 2K22 releases and it says remove 2K on the cover? They're still in the advertisements and shit, but they're gone. You know what? Like, wrestling games are kind of on a weird like freaking thing with fighting games on Edge.
I'd say the similarity gets less and less as wrestling leans more and more to the simulation side.
Definitely.
I'd say overall it's kind of a different situation, just because like fighting games generally are trying to get better with every entry, though of course like feature completeness is not really as much of a worry with fighting games. Like if the game comes out, then the game, like, it's rare for a fighting game to come out and it's gonna feel like it's actually unfinished. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like there's also a difference. Because like for example, I can only bring up Strive because Strive is the most recent and the one closest to my heart, I guess. But like with Strive, some characters felt incomplete. The characters, not the game. Big difference.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5 is the only one I can think of off the top of my head where I was like, they released this without like the actual features they're going to add later on. Whereas with WWE games, it's like, oh yeah, they just straight up removed Creative Championship.
I mean, why make new better content when I can just take out the one content and sell it back to you later?
Yeah. Yeah.
Similarly, freaking frame data.
Framed it. That is still the most egregious fucking thing. Selling frame data. Oh god. And it's like, it must have been like a Bamco mandate, I would think, because like Harada has to be aware that NetherRealm just gives their frame data away for free.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of ill will towards freaking Bemco and Harada seems to just be Harada saying something stupid, or at least translating himself saying something stupid that he didn't mean to actually say, but freaking like despite being a perfectly fine English speaker, he just can't. He legitimately he admitted to trying to make things more concise, even if that leads that context so much so that he may come off as a fucking jackass regarding important things in game design.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the freaking a lot of the bad things that have happened with Tekken 7 seem to be the freaking Harada either discussing things that he wants to do or plans to do that may change in the future, or just saying things wrong. And then also Bemco mandates that made those things that he wanted to do or planned to do impossible. Like the free freaking legacy character DLC, which was a big thing before the frame data. Like
Yes.
I'm willing to give Harada the benefit of the doubt and say that he did want to make the legacy characters free, he couldn't.
Yeah, the moment Harada said that with Tekken Tag 2, I was like, that's not going to stick, Harada. Don't say that. You can't get that to stick. That was like 2011 though, and like Japanese game publishers are so slow on the draw that I'm sure at that time they were like, "Oh, DLC is just a flash in the pan; it's not going to stick around."
Who knows?
I do think of Bamco as like being a bit slower on the draw. After all, why else would Nintendo love working with them?
True.
The quickest on the draw is Capcom. No one was faster to the DLC race in Japan than Capcom.
The fastest to the draw is not Obsidian, freaking Bethesda or Sarner.
Bethesda's my favorite Japanese publisher.
Yeah.
There's always upsides and downsides to these things, you know. Capcom was the fastest on the draw with all kinds of nice new stuff. Capcom's also fastest on the draw with bad business practices that the West have introduced.
Yeah.
Nintendo's pretty slow on the draw with that stuff. Nintendo's also pretty slow with the draw on the existence of modern technology. YouTube? What's that? Clearly it's just a piracy thing. Alright, let's get rid of it.
If I remember, I don't remember which one it was, but I feel like I remember something coming out from Nintendo recently where their servers were exposed to, like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something important server infrastructure, something Nintendo, Windows 95.
Dude, you do not want to know how much of American business is running on like bare bones basics fucking
Windows
like,
3.0.
No, not even Windows, just DOS or
basic.
Like there's a lot of machinery that is just running on what am I trying to think of? There's some PC manufacturer out there, IBM. Like how much is just running on basic ass IBM from like the 90s that is just DOS? And like they'll make a more friendly UI for it. And like if you look at the cashier's computer when they're dabbling away on their computer at like the grocery store, right? They have self-checkout lines in the grocery stores over there, right? That's not just an American thing.
Yeah.
Well, they have like the self-checkout lines. You know, they're very friendly UI that you just, it's a touch screen and you press the shiny buttons to get the lettuce. Then you look over at the cashier's computer. Have you ever looked at the cashier's computer?
The cashier,
and it's just like, like the entire USI is the entire UI is just an ASCII.
Oh, over here the cashiers have the same UI that the self-checkout does, more or less.
Oh, so you actually give a shit about your workers over there in Hungary, huh?
Yeah.
Hoity-toity
Apparently.
over there.
Apparently so. Like usually they like cashiers either have the same stuff with the self checkout, or it's such a small mom and pop business that they don't even have a like there's no, the cash register is not a proper computer. It's just something that the state sends out, and it does have have internet, so the state gets to know what money changed hands, but that's basically all it does. And like it's just really old like cash like it's just a really old looking cash register. Otherwise, it just has Wi-Fi built in that you can't actually use to do anything.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely have seen those. Yes, with no computer monitor at all.
Yeah, and so yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like with some of those things, it's easier to get away with obsolete freaking technology though, because like if the cashiers like if you're a big at least wannabe big fat fucking businessman, then like you can justify a couple of cashiers freaking having to learn basic to code their own cash registers, but like Nintendo is, from what I remember, Nintendo is using like Windows 95 machines to run like important internet infrastructure that connects the people who using switches to their servers all over the world. And
I very distinctly remember people saying, "Well, this explains why Smash runs the way it does."
Yeah. And like technically, yes, technically it can work that way too, but like the like the cash register servers crashing affects a shop. The Nintendo servers crashing affects the Nintendo Live services throughout the whole world. So kind of higher stakes.
Yep. Man, I love those video clips of Smash matches where like they have terrible netcode, and like they didn't even bother to implement like delay-based netcodes. The characters are just flying all over the goddamn screen.
I mean, it's rollback netcode. It's just not it's freaking it's raw rollback. It's not mixed. It's not the actual thing you want. It's the thing that they thought you wanted.
Yeah. It's early Street Fighter V netcode. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's still a little bit modern Street Fighter V netcode. Ooh.
Yeah, kinda. But like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's straight up raw rollback instead of the mixed netcode that people call rollback for some reason.
Yeah. For the other one they throw out, they'll usually call that mixed netcode. They usually call it well, it's changed now because of Guilty Gear, but for a good long time it was called, oh shit, what's the specific variety they use in Skullgirls?
GGPO?
GGPO, yes. For a good while they called mixed netcode just GGPO, even if it wasn't actually GGPO.
Yeah, because you actually want the mixed netcode because it uses the best parts of both netcode type. Not just straight rollback, because rollback also has pitfalls.
Yes.
Like Smash. Yeah, the entire game is a pitfall of rollback. Rollback is to blame.
Man, just be seeing this weird Nickelodeon Smash shit.
I have heard about it. I did not look at it because I don't care about Nickelodeon. I haven't cared about most of their IPs in years. Oh boy.
It's made by an actual, like, good indie Smash developer, and they're giving it rollback.
I mean, good on them.
It's just so weird for like it was inevitable someone was going to be like, "Hey, kids, you like the Smash but want to be able to actually play it online?" It's inevitable that somebody was going to come in and do that. But Nickelodeon,
Yeah, the only piece of actual like media related to that game I have seen is someone posted a thing of one of the first DLC fighter leaking, and it's Drake Bell on Cody's body.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, I definitely. Oh, God. Him and Kyle Massey. Like, right around the same time, too.
Is that
so
the guy
weird.
from Cory in the House?
Yep.
Alright, yeah. And there's also apparently something with That's So Raven going on.
Well, obviously Kyle Massey still, but Raven-Symone's had like a million controversies in like the last decade.
I see.
Like, she said something super racist, like I don't know, 2014, 2015. It was so aggressively racist. I think it was they were talking. She was on that show, The View, which is a bunch of middle-aged celebrity women coming on and just talking about random bullshit, and they usually have pretty live, laugh, love kind of takes, right?
Yeah.
I always think of it as the show where Whoopi Goldberg comes on to make excuses for every white actor who accidentally says something racist. Because that is Whoopi Goldberg's thing in Hollywood nowadays. If a white actor says something racist, Whoopi Goldberg sticks up for them. And it's not even to seem like she's necessarily wrong all the time. There are some who did need sticking up for because they were being looked at in the wrong light. But it just got ridiculous. Like, Whoopi Goldberg sticks up for every white actor who says something racist. And it's like, Jesus, Whoopi.
You know what? If I was a Hollywood bigwig, I would probably pay Whoopi Goldberg to do a movie in whiteface, just to see what happens. I just need to know.
You thought Sister Act was embarrassing.
I like Sister Act.
I've never seen it. It's just an instant joke, you know?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I don't know what Whoopi's career was before those comedy movies, because that's just how I got introduced to her. So to me, she's just the funny black lady, I guess.
Oh man, this it ain't up your alley, but she did The Color Purple with Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. It was the late '80s, and they play. She plays it's a very, 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 very sad movie where she plays the daughter of a sharecropper. This is like, sharecropping is an American system right after slavery where the former slaveholders then rather forcibly forced the former slaves to quote unquote buy part of the land, and then were obligated to work the land as payment for the land that they owned. And it usually wound up being just in a more informal variant of slavery, right?
Yeah.
Where legally they could leave, except that they are indebted, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was used in the Middle Ages too. I remember hearing about it.
It was pretty much, feudalism without the nobility, but yeah, they were trying to be nobility. That's the American South for you. But either which way, it's Whoopi Goldberg plays a daughter of a sharecropper who her father. The movie starts with her father raping her, which pretty well sets the tone for the rest of the movie. He sells her off in a marriage to Danny Glover, who at first seems like a handsome, charming guy, but he's abusive and kind of violent and kind of a psychopath. And their neighbor is Oprah Winfrey, who is married to another douchebag, though he's douchey in other ways. And it's basically a big movie about marital conflicts in late 1800s African American families, and just general family issues and the changing of the times as it develops into the early 1910s and so on. And it winds up with a very happy ending, which is refreshing for a sad movie, but it's it and Schindler's List are the two movies that you invoke whenever people say Steven Spielberg just makes blockbuster trash. I loved it. It's a very good movie. Whoopi Goldberg does a very good performance, but unfortunately she had to act next to Oprah Winfrey, and Oprah Winfrey in that movie did one of the best acting performances of all time. And then coasted off of that performance for the rest of her career.
As you do.
Yep.
Dave, what is this dress forever?
How did we end up talking about this?
I don't know.
Hang on, how did we start talking? Okay, so wait. Okay, so let's backtrack here. We got to talk about Color Purple from Whoopi Goldberg. We got to Whoopi Goldberg from talking about The View. We got to The View from talking about Raven-Symoné. We got to Raven-Symoné from talking about Kyle Massey.
Oh yeah, the Splash clone. The SpongeBob Splash clone.
by talking about Nickelodeon. We got to Nickelodeon by talking about how bad Nintendo's servers are. We got to Nintendo servers by talking about how backwards Nintendo is. We got to talk about how backwards Nintendo is by talking about how backwards Bamco is. We got to talk about how backwards Bamco is by talking about... Fuck, how do we get to there?
The paid frame data.
Paid frame data. We got the paid frame data by talking about how Harada had promised that there wouldn't be legacy character DLC. We got to talking about there wouldn't be legacy character DLC by talking about shit.
That's what I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. Well, either which way, I hope they come out with a new version of Uni, like in a year or two, with like rollback and maybe one or two extra characters.
Yeah.
Like a new single player mode, that'd be cool. I don't know if the budget's there because Arxis, I'm sure, is putting the budget toward Fighter Z 2, but you know.
Did Frenchman make Fighter Z? I feel like that was like Team Blue.
No. It was Team Blue, but I mean, like, if Arxis is going to be throwing money around, you know what I mean?
I don't know, because they do still have Team Blue, and I kind of doubt that they're making the Blaze Blue RPG.
No, there's no way. Arxis would be dumb as hell if they did not have a team working on Fighter Z 2 right fucking now. Because, like, Tekken is Tekken and Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat. But Fighter Z was fucking crazy when it first came out. You remember that, right?
I don't really, because I was in the beta. Like I got to know about Fighter Z's existence by being invited to the closed beta, and then I played the game during the closed beta and the open beta, and then I was like, okay, cool, this is a game, and then I just stopped caring. Like I just somehow didn't come across any news naturally, and I didn't seek them out.
Oh man, Fighter Z was like, people were going nuts for Fighter Z at first, and I think Fighter Z is like the fourth most popular fighting game, I think. Right now, it's kind of like shifting back and forth with Street Fighter V. Tekken 7 and Mortal Kombat 11 are still the kings, though that will last until the next NetherRealm game comes out. Well, like, people were shitting their pants when they said, like, oh, okay, yeah, Fighter Z is done, guys. It's the final DLC. And people were like, oh my god, what am I going to play now? And I just, like, Fighter Z 2, jackasses. Like, it did absurd sales numbers. Like, the reason Strive exists and had the budget it did is because Fighter Z sold so fucking well. Like, I mean, keep in mind, Ixard was Ixard. And, you know, Ixard did a lot of nice stuff, and it looked very pretty. But Ixard also, like they explicitly said... What'd you say?
Ixard wasn't marketed, so no one fucking bought it.
And yeah, no one bought it. What Ishiwatari said was, Ixard sold just enough to justify a sequel, but that was it. So that's why Strive is suddenly like, ah, fuck it, burn it down and start over, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm still thinking, like, because here's the thing. Strive ends Guilty Gear Story.
Yeah.
Like, they've said season...
No, they don't. It doesn't end Guilty Gear's story. It ends the Guilty Gear's story.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, they said they're going to add a couple more DLC story episodes, and they've already shown that Season 1's going to come with a new stretch of story mode. But that's not going to really focus on the main plot anymore. Soul, Key, Sin, Dizzy, they're all done.
Most of them are not even used, from what I hear. Like, it's mostly just, like, it's mostly Key, Soul, and Jacko.
Yeah, which I would have told you they were always going to be the main characters. But like what isn't Giovanna even like pretty well just a jobber in the story mode? Isn't she like a NetherRealm jobber? She just shows up, gets her ass kicked, leaves.
I don't know. All I know is that like I didn't like that. I do this thing where if I'm offended by a game's existence, I just close it out. from my life completely. So I like no story freaking. No story spoilers or whatever, because like usually if I spoil a game's story for myself, I at least care enough to look into the story. I haven't even done that really for Strife. But from what I heard, Potemkin shows up for a scene, is beaten by Ino, and then like you may be able to see him lying on the ground for like a couple of scenes, and that's his role in the whole story.
Yeah, what I heard is legitimately just the plot centers on Soul, Key, Jacko, and a shocking amount of focus on Axel and Eno.
But yeah, because they have the time powers.
Yes, and Nagoriyuki is there just to get brainwashed, and Soul has to fight him. And that's pretty well it.
I see.
And pleasantly enough, when Nagoriyuki gets brainwashed, everyone is like, oh, fucking shit. Because, like, they've only ever run into one vampire before, Slayer, who no one could beat or even come close to.
Yeah.
So when Nagoriyuki gets brainwashed, like, Soul actually has to throw everything at him.
Yeah, and he's the secret final boss.
Yes. And the resolution of the story is, like, Eno burns herself out and just about kills herself. I think she actually kills herself on accident. But as she's dying, both her and Axel figure out that she is Axel's girlfriend that he left behind in the past.
Oh.
Yeah. So both Axel and Eno are like, oh, fuck. Because that both Eno is looking for a purpose in life, and she realizes the purpose in life was that she'd been missing Axel, even though she'd forgotten about him, because, I don't know, amnesia or bullshit. And Axel was like, oh shit, I kept myself in this time in the future instead of the present, but instead I had it right here, right there, no, blimey.
Governor.
Yeah, there you go. And there was also some bullshit about, like, oh, Axel and Eno were never in the present day. They were always from the future. Axel's just stupid or something.
But then, like, time paradoxes, though.
Well, it just made him think he was from the time traveled, I guess.
Ah. But then how can he time travel now?
Oh, I guess he's always been able to time travel, but, like, he thought that he time traveled from present to future, but he actually just time traveled from future to future.
From future to lesser future.
Because he's definitely always been able to time travel, because he was the one who ran into Order Soul, right?
Yeah.
Which, what else was I going to say? Oh, they also brought out, like, well, they realized, oh, well, we turned that man into a good guy because we thought it'd be cool, but now who's our main villain? Because we can't really make Eno just be straight evil out of the fucking blue. We need at least something to corrupt her.
So here's everyone's favorite actor, Heath Ledger, reprising his role as the Joker. Once again.
No. Here's that man, but evil, even though that man was evil up until he wasn't, but whatever, fuck it.
But isn't Happy Chaos basically just Heath Ledger Joker? That's what I heard.
That's my understanding, is he's just a terrorist who's like, I want to blow things up because I don't like things being orderly, and, you know.
Yeah.
But he's also supposed to be something like he's the evil part of that man split off, or like, no,
Happy Chaos,
he's that man's
evil
mentor.
Part of Arya. Isn't Happy Chaos the evil part of Arya? That's what
he may be both. Because I think he's also that man's mentor. Because I think he's the guy who discovered the backyard.
All right.
Fucking hate Guilty Gear lore.
but like I remember the part or the end of Exert, Jacko says something like, "Oh, but my other part is still out there. Happy Chaos."
I think it's both. Yeah.
Yeah.
For full intents and purposes, he probably just ate that part of Arya or something. You know, Japan.
Yeah.
Japan always has bad guys absorb like other things. Blame Toriyama, I guess.
For everything in life, just in general.
Yeah.
Just
war, especially.
Whenever you stub your toe, you just look.
Stopped you there, didn't I?
Whenever you stub your toe, you just look up to the sky and yell, Toriyama!
Tetsuo!
Haneda!
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah. I was going to actually say something about Guilty Gear, but I forgot what. So
Man, we went off on that long tangent. It was really just me trying to come around to the thought of saying, well, Strive wrapped up the story, so whatever comes next for Guilty Gear is probably just an anthology. Or not an anthology. Well, an anthology would be cool, but no, I mean a dream match.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, regardless of how you feel about Strive, I hope Gold Lewis Dickinson comes back for everything ever, because holy shit.
Yeah, Gold Lewis is one of those characters that I like both Nagoriyuki and Joanna, but I got to see them in gameplay properly, and like, you know, I actually know some of their personality, at least from the betas and shit. Gold Lewis is one of those characters where I feel like I'm missing context because I don't get him. Like, I get what was supposed to be cool about him, it's just not to me.
Well, my understanding is in the story, he's the Secretary of Defense, and he like talks to Giovanna and gives her advice, and he's a cool old dude. And he's like big and strong, and he actually gives Nagoriyuki some trouble, which means he's probably pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, the Gabriel.
Yeah. The Gabriel thing, again, with Guilty Gear. The strongest characters are the ones that you can't play as.
Yep. Daisuke should stop being a fucking coward and give me Gabriel.
Gabriel, yeah, how has it taken them this long to make that man playable?
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, that man's gonna be playable. That man's like the 4th DLC character. It's been data mined.
Oh, really? From the data mining? What did the data mining say the first DLC character was going to be?
Gold Lewis.
Oh, shit.
So
who else did the data mine say?
So the DLC characters are Gold Lewis, Jacko, Happy Chaos, Datman, and also Gem.
Jam?
Gem, yeah.
Weird. Okay, so Johnny and Biken, they're saving to sell Season 2 and Season 3.
Yeah. I thought you knew that with this, and that's why like I've said like if I cared about like if Guilty Gear Strive gave me something to care, some reason to care about it before, then I would have been disappointed by Gold Lewis because yeah, but I have already read the freaking the data mines, and so I was disappointed beforehand. Like I don't need to be disappointed anymore because I knew.
So what they're planning to sell each season. Season 1, they're planning to sell on these are the actual plot relevant characters.
Yeah.
And Jam.
Yes, Jam is also here because God forbid you don't go deaf from yelling freaking Chinese woman.
Like, I love Jam, but I don't have a lot of problems with Gem as a character. Like overall, I don't like the focus on her tits in her exo design because like it's too obvious to me. But like the thing that I dislike most about Gem is her voice. Yeah, that's a definite. Like I was going to actually mention that at some point. It is egregious how between like in X2 Jam was well endowed, but it's it's anime. Every woman's well endowed. It's fucking stupid, but it is what it is. And then Exart, it's like full on boob sock, and it's like what the fuck? We're talking full on Soul Calibur 3 Taki here. Soul Calibur 4 Taki. Jam had to get those boob socks specifically put in. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, I like Jam. I like her a lot. She's probably like my 5th most played Guilty Gear character. Like, she's always been on the fringe of being a main for me. But why does Arxis love her so much?
I don't know. I don't get it. She's just a Bruce Lee clone, but with a more interesting gimmick of being freaking being a freaking chef girl, I guess.
I think it's honestly like just Japan's thing of hot women and food put together. Yes. Like what?
Maybe.
Oh god. Well, like the other 4 makes sense. Happy Chaos and that man getting put together, like of course. I mean, like 4 out of those 5 characters already have models in the game. Does Jam show up in story mode?
I think so. I think Jam is on the end cutscene where literally every character ever in Guilty Gear that's still alive is there. But you know,
So Jam's already got a model then. Okay.
well, no, but you see that the thing is, the model they use for cutscenes like that are not the same models that they use for the fight, the actual gameplay, and that's something that Dice explained about Exer 2, between like when they were hyping up the release of Strife, if I remember correctly, because like he brought up Onji, like he wanted Onji to be playable in Exert, so they made the model that's in Baiken's story mode in Exert. But they never actually got around to finishing Onji because the model that they made for story mode was fine for story mode, but not for actual gameplay purposes, and they would have had to remake the model completely.
Well, then why would he have said he wanted to put Anji in the playable in the game, so they made a story mode model if you can't use the story mode model to make playable characters?
I don't know.
What's the relation? Okay. Well, either which.
I guess he wanted to check just to see how he looks in the freaking engine or something.
Either which way, that's a pretty easy one to do because, like, how many assets can you reuse from going from Happy Chaos to that, man?
Yeah.
Let's boldly assume they won't be moveset clones or like Shotos, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, beyond that, I'd imagine each season's going to need something to sell it, and there's probably going to they may even have the fucking gall to have one season be like, "Hey, it's Biken," and the next season be, "Hey, it's Johnny."
Yeah.
They need to fit. What's her face in there though that Japan loves, or what's his face? Bridget.
Yeah. Bridget is season 2. Biken is season 3. Johnny is season 4.
No. You see, Dizzy is season 3. Bridget,
yes.
Biken is season 4. There you go.
Yeah, Johnny is season 5.
And then, like, who are the fucking losers they'll try and pad out each season with?
Zeta. Rio Paldon. Fucking Justice. Not Justice. Oh, Judgment. That's his name. Judgment.
We're not seeing any of those characters. Abba is the only character who exists that comes from those fucking games.
Freaking,
and you know it.
Whatever the fucking the Fox dude's name is.
Oh god. Honestly, as much as Ishwatari loves making up new characters, the season passes are probably just going to be made up mostly of new characters.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. Of like those guys just want to make new characters. They get sick of having to do the same characters over and over again. It's like how Ed Boon is constantly trying to wipe out the original Mortal Kombat cast, and he just can't get rid of them.
He injected himself with a lethal dose of ninja.
Yep. I heard the other day that people think that Ed Boon, like, it's a theory that the reason why it never works when Ed Boon tries to make new casts is just because John Tobias was the one who designed the original Mortal Kombat cast.
Maybe I could see that. I could see that being that, and also like I feel like the issue with the original Mortal Kombat cast, part of it is the over reliance and over focus on ninjas. But instead of trying to fix that, Ed Boon just takes the word ninjas and replaces it with something else.
Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, Ed Boon has a tendency to get stuck on certain ideas for each game, for each set of new characters. Because, like, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. God, I couldn't remember that one. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is like, all right, who's ready for the Red Dragon? And it's like, fucking nobody, Ed, go away.
Yeah. And
who's ready for Pow and Movado? Oh, God, kill me.
Yeah, and then that was basically really most of the 3D era, just the Black and Red Dragon clans getting expanded exponentially, and then
oh yeah, oh god, because right, Deception introduced Cobra and Kira.
Yeah, and then we had MK9 which killed everyone. Then we had MK10, which was army people, And then we gotta what was MK11's thing? The freaking gods.
Bringing everyone back. 11 only introduced 3 new characters. It introduced
Yeah, the new gods. Or whatever, the old gods.
the new gods. Collector is actually a creative idea. That's the thing. Ed Boon will come out with a lot of characters, and then 1 or 2 will be obvious, like, standouts.
Yeah, Collector. I was interested in Collector before MK11 came out, and then I played him during that free weekend, and I was like,
This gameplay's so lame.
yeah, like I mean that's the thing. Like, Collector doesn't work for me. At the same time, that's just like most of Mortal Kombat 11, or at least around the time that we played it. Well, that was just true for Mortal Kombat 11 overall, because like I could play a character that I like the playstyle of, or at least like get as close to something that I like as it could get, or I could actually play a character that I like the look of, which is how I actually choose how to play characters. But then the game forces me to play in a playstyle I don't like.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat 11, of course, we've talked about this before, but it has the overall problem of every character is surface level.
Yeah.
You see a character, you see what he does, and it's like, oh, that's it. There's no hidden tech. Which, I mean, hopefully with Mortal Kombat 12, like, Collector is one character I'd love to see come back, and them just actually try and do something with him, because, like, a 6-armed character with a bag that contains hidden infinite goodies is, like, such a good idea for a character, and, like, he does almost nothing with it in 11, you know?
Yeah, and if they want to be lazy, they can just give him Kano's moveset, which with a couple of tweaked animations like they did with freaking his son.
Yeah, I mean, Kano's not coming back for 12 since Sonya killed him again.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, Kano could be coming back for 12 because the universe got reset.
He's not Melina, dude.
True.
For any character except
Kano's not
Melina,
sexy enough.
for any character that's not Melina, you can assume a character dying in a game means they're going to miss out on the next one and come back in the next game. Like, if they make a point of specifically killing them off in a scene rather than killing them off in a big massacre, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of the heroes from 9 came back in X, but, I mean, it was a huge massacre scene. They had to bring back some of the guys that Sindel killed.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, characters that got killed off in specific scenes, I don't know, Kung Lao came back for 10, but, like, Shang Tsung didn't come back for 10, and they made a point of killing him off specifically in a scene in 9, you know?
Yeah. What you're saying is that I don't need to bother with MK12 at all, because all of my mains got killed in scenes.
I know, Ermac's fine.
Ermac dies in the crypt. I don't know how canon the crypt is supposed to be anymore.
Oh, the crypt, right. Yeah, they did kill him off in the crypt. That doesn't make sense to me. The crypt, I don't think anyone gives a shit about the crypt. Especially the Mortal Kombat 11 crypt, where so much of it is reliant on RNG and fucking microtransactions. Oh, God, kill me. Aaron Black's fine. Noob Saibot's fine. What? All right, who's your favorite character from the 3D games? There was a new character in the 3D games.
A new character from the 3D games that I actually liked. Oh boy.
Because they've been making it a thing now where every game they try and redeem someone from the 3D games.
Mocap.
9? Mocap?
Yes.
Oh, if they had the balls.
Like my favorite used to be Kenshi, but he was redeemed with 9. Oh, Mocap or Cobra, I'm fine with, like, I legitimately would freaking mark out if Ed Boon was like, here's Cobra, and it's just a fucking picture of Ken Masters, and he just plays like Ken.
Cobra wouldn't be a hard one to redeem, though. He's already got a cool design. They just need to give him better moves and story.
Yeah, just making Ken Masters straight up.
Yeah.
Ken, the K in Ken stands for Cobra. You cut off.
Mortal Kombat has always just secretly been an alternate universe of Street Fighter where Ken went crazy and killed off the rest of the Street Fighter cast.
Oh, Violent Ken, yeah.
Yeah, Violent Ken. There we go. Dude, just make Cobra Violent Ken.
Yes.
That would be sick, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the trend, you follow it. We got Kenshi in 9, we got Baraicho in X, we got Frost in 11. It's Cobra's time, baby. Give me Cobra and Mortal Kombat 12. Give me the sports team and KF 15.
Oh, but what if they go with fucking Darius instead?
I would be just as happy with that if Darius gets to keep that fatality he had in Deception. Do you remember the one I'm talking about where he flips all their limbs?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
That is the best fatality in Deception and probably still one of my all-time favorites.
Darius comes back. Jax gets his auto tire from Armageddon for some reason.
Vanilla Darius isn't that racist. Well, even alternate attire Darius wasn't really racist. It was just a send up to the blaxploitation genre.
No, I'm not talking about Darius's alternate attire. I'm talking about Jax's.
Yeah, but just like the link, I thought you were trying to imply that Darius was racist.
I mean, I don't know. No, not really.
Jackson alternate attire. Hey, wait. Why is this the concept art for Blanca?
That would be a big fucking that would be a really good freaking presentation for an NRS. Like just straight up be.
And especially after Jax's ending in arcade ending in Mortal Kombat 11, which is him going back in time and ending slavery.
I mean, to me, the racist part isn't even the thing that's funny. To me, the part is the part that's funny is Ed Boon coming out and doing a Mortal Kombat presentation, but he's just showing Street Fighter art.
Raiden's alternate attire is just Zubaz.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, fuck. Who cares about talking about Uni? Let's just talk about whatever.
Shao Kahn's alternate attire is M. Bison.
Ooh, no, don't say that. That's too strong. God damn it. We need a Mortal Kombat vs. Capcom where we get the thing where it's like God Khan and fucking... What's the ultimate version of Shao Kahn?
M-Con.
M. Bison doing the Shao Kahn "you suck" taunt would be too strong.
Yeah, we get M-Con or Shao Bison, or both.
Oh God! Imagine M. Bison with Shao Kahn's hammer throw from 9.
Oh. Imagine a version of the Shao Kahn shoulder charge where like, okay. If you beat Shao Kahn, or if you get Shao Kahn's health to 0%, while he has a full super bar, on the last hit, instead he does a full screen shoulder charge, where he leaves the screen and then comes back doing the full screen Psycho Crusher.
Yeah. Call it shoulder charge nightmare.
Yes, shoulder charge nightmare.
What was that fucking Shin Bison version in one of the games, or maybe it was just a Mugen character, where knee press nightmare made 6 Bisons who all do the knee press?
Oh, I think that might have been one of the I think that was a Mugen character that took after like the freaking the Marvel 1 super thing. But I think Marvel did that.
Hammer throw nightmare. Oh Jesus.
What other stupid mixes like that could you make?
Oh, if we're just doing amalgam Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Replace the Tatsumaki with the bicycle kick, and that's just a better Ryu.
Kinda. Yeah. But it's Liu Kang. We have modern Ryu, and the Liu Kang merges with Street Fighter 1 Ryu.
Oh god, Mortal Kombat 1 Liu Kang plus Street Fighter 1 Ryu. You've almost got an actual fighting game character.
Yeah.
Chun-Li doing the fucking, like, command grab that Sonya has with her thighs would be terrifying.
If you do the command grab once, it turns into the brutality, regardless of health.
Yeah, they just explode when they impact the ground.
I'm talking about the one where she pulls them apart with her legs.
Oh yeah, Sonya had that fatality in one game. I was just thinking the regular leg command grab.
Yeah.
Oh, who would mix Kano and Balrog?
Yeah, makes sense. Or with Vega. Vega makes more sense because if you mix Chun and Sonya, then Vega and Kano together makes more sense.
Well, I would think Vega would go better with Reptile in terms of aesthetic, but you are right. In terms of story, Vega mixes better with Kano. Oh, then who would go with Balrog then? Would it still be Reptile, I guess?
I guess.
No, Balrog plus Baraka.
Yes. Baraga.
Baraga. Oh my god, could you imagine?
I'm gonna have to make art of that, don't I? Baraga.
Yeah. And like the knives just poke out of the boxing gloves, like they just tear through it. Imagine Balrog with chop blades. Oh
boy.
I wouldn't miss the buffalo head anymore if I had chop blades.
And then the projectile.
Yeah. Oh, Balrog with a projectile would just be stupid.
Yeah. What else?
All right.
Rose and Ermac.
Who'd you say?
Rose and Ermac.
Rose and Ermac. That one actually works really well, actually.
Because I'm trying to go about this in a story way.
Oh, who would be the Q from Mortal Kombat? Is it Tremor?
Maybe.
Because I mean, in terms of like personality, I think Q is probably closest to Ermac.
I mean, yeah, Q is closest to Ermac, or I'm forgetting a guy. Or maybe Smoke once he's part of the Cyberlink way, I guess.
Oh yeah, the Cyberlink way, of course. Right. You're absolutely right. Q. Oh my God, Q and Cyrax. Just the high-low mix-up. Oh, and bombs also. Enjoy.
Yeah, why not?
I'm trying to think what would be the stupidest one. Okay. The most cursed fighting game character ever. Maraicho and Rufus.
Oh no! Oh, why did you remind me that Rufus exists?
Yeah!
Shit! Ferrator and El Fuerte. Along similar lines.
Who and El Fuerte?
Ferrator and El Fuerte.
Ooh! It's just El Fuerte riding a bigger El Fuerte.
I mean, that's funnier than my idea, because my idea was just the freaking El Fuerte replacing Thor or whatever, whichever one the smaller one is.
Farah, yeah. Okay, who's the lamest loser in Street Fighter?
That depends on the universe, really. But
because like
Shujinko, I guess.
Shujinko. No, Shujinko's some Mortal Kombat character. What are you talking about?
Oh wait, did you ask about Street Fighter?
Who's the lamest Street Fighter character? That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. My mind was like, okay, lamest. Find the lamest Mortal Kombat character.
You were wrong, but let's talk about who's the lamest Street Fighter character for a second.
Well, do you mean in universe or just completely? Like overall?
Out of universe. Who is the lamest character out of universe?
Out of universe.
It's gotta be someone from 4, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like,
There's not really anyone in 4. There's not really anyone in Street Fighter overall who I just think of as a character, like, except for Rufus and El Fuerte. There's not really any character I think of that's just like immediately like, oh god, someone designed that character, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, even Abel's kind of boring, but he's not like where I just immediately see him and I'm like, oh god, right?
Abel was introduced in 4. I completely forgot he existed.
Yeah. What I'm trying to think of is who's the Street Fighter equivalent of Su Hao?
Actually, I feel like that's subjective. like
there's no character in Street Fighter that's as lame as Su Hao.
Like depending on the day, I honestly might say T-Hawk is my Su Hao when it comes to Street Fighter. But like,
yeah, T-Hawk's as close as I can think. T-Hawk's not as lame as Su Hao, but he is like the lamest Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
Because like Sean's intentionally lame.
Yeah, then he's like then is then. He's like then is freaking is I nearly called Johnny Cage Johnny Test. Yes, cue the whip sounds.
Sue Hao, and Remy.
Nah. Remy's better. I don't like Remy, but Remy's better than that.
That's true.
Like I don't even like Remy, but no, he's not Sue Hao levels. T-Hawk I can concede because I don't like T-Hawk, but
No.
Yeah.
Sue Hao and Falk.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sue Hao and Falk work together because both of them are such nothing characters. Really.
Yep. Okay, and here's another one. Here's another one I'm gonna pitch. Cobra, but not with Ken. Cobra with Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't favor Cobra, then yeah.
Who's the largest Mortal Kombat character, physically speaking?
Blaze or Unaga. They're the same size roughly.
Abigail and Onaga together would be disgusting.
Yes. Definitely.
I don't know who is more disgusting between those two, but
Yes.
okay. Okay. I am about to suggest a character that I actually want to exist so he can be my main. Hugo and Goro.
Yeah, that could work. I think. Like Hugo could go with both Goro and Kintaro, but not Kintaro, Motaro. But Motaro only because I want to see Motaro's sprite doing the fucking rear view. Because
That would be terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know how that would
horses
work.
are famous for their backwards kicks, so
But yes, but the rear view is not a backwards kick. The rear view is a backwards lunge where you hit the person with your ass. So.
well, it's especially scary on a horse because horses have dirty asses and loads of horse flies.
Yeah. But really, I just want to me when I think of Motaro, I think of the old sprite from freaking MK3. I just really want to know how that would work with that sprite.
Okay. Was the version of Akuma that you fight, like the final boss version of Akuma from CBS2, was that named Shin Akuma or God Akuma?
They're the same thing.
That's true. Okay.
Like, God Akuma is arguably a mistranslation of Shin Akuma because Shin can mean both God and True. So it could either be True Akuma or God Akuma. We don't know. That's why most people use Shin.
Okay. Cyber Akuma and Dark Khan.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's 4 characters merged into one.
You're doing sacrilege that has never been seen before. What the hell?
Like the combination of Akuma and Shao Kahn alone, terrifying. The combination of Apocalypse and Darkseid alone, terrifying. All 4 merged into one.
Darkseid and Apocalypse combining just forms a large set of lips.
In Cyber Dark Khan. Oh. Okay. Let's just imagine he throws out the hammer and then does the fucking Shungoku Satsu and goes through the hammer.
No, because then you can still jump. We need to somehow make this work so you can't even jump over the hammer so that it's a guaranteed hit.
Well, first he throws out a Darkseid Omega beam upwards.
Yes. No. First he goes into the Power Stone and enables the overhead horizontal beam. Then he throws out the
all. Yeah, while he has Reality Stone, he presses all the buttons, so the whole screen's on fire.
Yeah. Then
and also Giant Apocalypse is in the background for some reason.
I mean, if Akuma works with Galactus, I could just say he does the finger lasers and then throws the hammer and then does the Shagokusatsu because the finger lasers go on for so long that he could do those, probably.
Oh God. Ooh. Evil Ryu and Zombie Liu Kang.
Yeah, I guess.
That actually kind of works.
Yeah, I feel like Evil Ryu is like a couple tiers above Zombie Liu Kang when it comes to actual like character, but yeah, they are the closest.
Zombie Liu Kang would be cooler if you could actually do stuff with chains and wasn't just Liu Kang but a zombie, you know?
Yeah. Zombie Liu Kang would be a lot cooler if he wasn't Liu Kang.
Hang on, if Shao Kahn is in Bison, does that mean Shang Tsung is Sagat?
I guess. Oh no! Oh no! Imagine the fucking like. I'm just imagining Sagat firing a tiger shot, freaking like firing a high tiger shot, firing a low tiger shot, firing tiger shots through the ground, firing through the shots from the air, like tiger shots everywhere.
Imagine you play a Street Fighter game and Sagat just shoots a tiger shot straight up in the air. What you do?
Cry.
Okay, I'm gonna pitch this because like Shao Kahn can't be both Bison and Akuma at once, right?
Yeah.
Akuma is Scorpion.
Yeah, I guess that can work. Yeah.
Which would that make Sub-Zero Goken?
Yes.
Huh. This leads to thoughts.
Akuma with teleport is scary. Like technically, I guess technically, I guess the freaking the Ashura Senku is technically already a teleport, I suppose. But like, Akuma can't Ashura Senku off of jumping heavy kick, you know?
No. Ooh. Let's see.
Then it's Chameleon.
Who's the Sakura? Who's Chameleon? Is that what you said?
Then it's Chameleon. That's what I said.
Oh, I would say Shadow Lady is Chameleon or something like lame like that. Just like some who even remembers boss character.
I guess, but I don't know. I don't know which one of like the thing is. I don't think all of the ninjas in Mortal Kombat are cool. But like, I don't know if I would call any of them. Then I guess Rain, because the color fits too, and he is pretty lame. Lame. What? Words, brain, work. But yeah,
I would associate Dan with mocap, honestly.
Danny's better than mocap.
Oh, absolutely. And like with mocap, there's no joke in his moveset. The joke is just that he's a motion capture guy.
Yeah.
Are there any characters in Mortal Kombat that are like clearly supposed to be pastiches or parodies of other games' characters? Because like Dan's whole thing is he's parodying Ryo and Robert.
I don't think so.
Cobra's kind of a Street Fighter parody.
Cobra's the closest thing that I can think of. Because like technically you could make a parody character and create a character, but those don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh. Oh no. Why didn't we think of this earlier?
What?
T-Hawk and Nightwolf.
No, Nightwolf is more interesting than T-Hawk usually.
Oh yeah, certainly. But I mean, well, here's the thing. Nightwolf was designed as a parody of T-Hawk.
True.
So it's almost kind of poetic.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're listening to this for Uniclear, just tune out now because like we're just talking about whatever the fuck by this point.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let's look at other franchises for just mixtures, right?
All right.
Let's look at some other amalgam universes. I want to pitch to you the most disgusting command grab character ever imagined.
Yes.
Potemkin plus Tager.
That's just Tiger. Again. Like, that's straight up just Tiger.
Tager doesn't have the flick that back. Flick that back.
Ah. That's Tiger is one more move then. Like,
That's true. That is true.
Tiger is 80% Potemkin already. He doesn't need any more Potemkin in his freaking diet.
Diet? I thought you were going to say diet. The Iron Tiger consumes a 100% Potemkin diet.
That's what I said.
Ah! He eats Potemkins every day.
Yeah. That's where he gets the iron from his name from.
Oh no. Nope. Most cursed character. Zappa plus the goo guy.
Aracune, yeah. Okay, is it the launch version of BlazBlue 1 Aracune? Because then definitely.
Ooh, only if it's vanilla Guilty Gear XX Zappa who can get the fucking standout instantly.
Yes. I mean, have you heard about the freaking release version of Aracune?
I think I may have seen footage.
Yeah. There's a reason you need to put the freaking debuff on people before the ghosts arrive in the later games.
Yep. Has Arxis ever released a first game in a franchise and it be balanced?
No.
Like Fighter Z is the closest, but like Guilty Gear Mislink, not Mislink. That's what I'm gonna call it now. Guilty Gear Mislink. Guilty Gear Mislink broken. Uni 1 broken. BlazBlue 1 broken. The Hokuto no Ken. Oh boy, you better believe that's broken.
Yeah. Basara Cross has infinites. A good couple of them. Speaking of Basara Cross, Zero and Date Masamune together would be very, very disgusting.
You can mix Zero with any character, honestly.
True. I mean, Zero alone is pretty disgusting in the right hands.
Alright. Combine the team of Cable, Storm, and Magneto with the team of Zero, Virgil, and Sentinel.
I was about to say, what if we combine Virgil and Gurnitz?
No.
Cocoda's power.
The most broken combination possible would be Gurnitz and Cyrax. Let's be real here.
I mean, that depends. Do the tornadoes launch the minds of people?
Oh god! It becomes like Venom, where the projectiles are just going everywhere and nobody can predict it.
Yeah.
The only way to balance that would be to make it where Gurnitz can also get hit by the bombs.
Yeah. But like, imagine Gurnitz calling out two tornadoes in close succession, and like, oh no, I had a verse. So
Gurnitz plays tennis with himself.
Yeah, W. So imagine this: Gurnitz does the Kokodeska. He has a mine out, and the Kokodeska has the whatchamacallit, the physics of Rachel's flight, Rachel's wind from BlazBlue.
No, it sucks you into the tornado.
It sucks the mine into the tornado like that, and then you can control it.
Oh no! You could make any character that isn't Rachel broken by giving them the Rachel wind mechanic.
Yeah, kinda. Ah, bloody hell! Some of these. Who has the largest moveset in Tekken?
Fucking Lei Wulong, holy Jesus.
Yeah, alright. Lei Wulong and Dante.
You wouldn't use any Lei Wulong moves!
Moves are overlapping. There's so many moves, they are overlapping on inputs. Wait, that's audio thing with Dante. That's audio thing with Dante.
The game just bugs out and he does both moves at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, do both of those characters already have dive kicks?
I think some characters have dive kicks in Marvel.
I mean, yeah, I can tell you Dante has a dive kick. I absolutely know that. But does Lei Wulong have like a dive kick? Because I thought like he's got like some bizarrely dive kicky jump kick type move for Tekken.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I tried to learn Lei Wulong, but I didn't get too far.
Nope, no one does. How can you?
Well, what other stupid gimmicks could there be? Like, I'm trying to go for the stupidest, like most, like I don't even know what to call them, combinations.
Okay.
Yes.
Chaos mixed
Which
with
game?
Chaos as in Uni Chaos.
All right.
Plus Carl Clover.
And Zato.
Plus Zato.
All right.
Plus, is there not someone from KI?
Oh, with a puppet? I don't think so. I don't remember anyone from KI with a puppet.
Okay, well there's those. Also, Jacko plus Gargos.
Yeah.
Plus, is there anyone else who just summons tiny minions like that? I guess Enchantress and Injustice too, but she's not very good at it. Who?
Sentinel?
Sentinel. Oh no. Okay. What's the name of the stupid little shitty dinosaur guy from Tekken 3? Gone. Plus Yoda from Soul Calc 4.
And Odd-Job.
Oh, no, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Let's be reasonable here.
Yeah.
Let's be reasonable here in our insanity. Plus...
Oh, the small cat dude from Melty Blood.
Yeah. And Servbot from Marvel 2.
Yeah. Like anything that's not low goes over this character.
Yeah. There's
certain lows that go over this character still.
Yeah. Like that low kick, that crouching medium kick that Zangief has, where he just sticks his leg out. Like, oh, that goes over.
Yeah.
It's like he's using It's like he's playing Adam from Injustice 2, but he's using the strength function all the time.
You're playing as Isun from Okami. A literal flea, by the way.
I know. What would be the stupidest stance switch character? Because we can start with Amaterasu.
Yeah, we could start with No. Phoenix Wright.
Okay. They have all these stances active at the same time. You have to simultaneously manage Amaterasu's different weapons, Phoenix's different investigation stages, Gen's different martial arts styles.
Yeah. Bullet. I think Bullet has a stance switch.
Does Bullet? I don't think Bullet has a stance switch.
Not Bullet. I'm mixing her up with what's her
name?
Not Izanami, but maybe. But I'm mixing her up with the woman from Virtual Fighter. The army woman.
Oh yes, offensive stance and defensive stance. Vanessa, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Did Mortal Kombat ever introduce a stance character?
I don't think so.
Well, for a little bit, they were all stance characters.
Yes. Oh, freaking.
Okay, mixed with Noob Smoke from Deception.
That's what I was going to go with. I forgot Smoke's name completely. Holy shit.
Okay, characters with stupid unblockables. Let's start with Leatherface from Mortal Kombat X.
Do we count like the very earliest fighting games too?
Sure.
All right, Sagat's Crouching Claw. I think qualifies him.
Street Fighter 1 Sagat.
Or not Crouching Low. Not even Crouching Low. That was a Standing Low.
Oh, you're right. So, alright. We need the Mortal Kombat X model of Leatherface with a Street Fighter 1 animation quality. He's got the same Berserker stance that leads into an unblockable. He's got Sagat's unblockable low kick.
And also,
Quan Chi's-
and he also has Sagat's invincible tiger punch. Whatever, tiger uppercut, yeah.
All right. Quan Chi's unblockable rune trap. Who else has unblockables? They're kind of rare. Like, I mean,
Yuzu's charged special attack in Uni.
oh man, what could you do with Yuzu and Johnny's Mistfinder stuff?
I mean, you just give Johnny Yuzu's freaking. But I don't actually know. I don't know if it would be beneficial for Johnny to have Yuzu's quick Mistfinder thing, because you can just do that with commands in XX. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like really just give Johnny Yuzu's teleport, and Johnny's scary enough.
Yeah, the Thanos teleport, right? I always think of that as the Thanos teleport, even though Yuzu did it first.
Well, no, Chip did it first. Well,
you're right.
It depends, because the input isn't the same. Like the input for the Thanos teleport and Chip's teleport is the same. Yuzu's teleport is on a Shoryu.
What game did Chip pick up the air teleport?
The first game.
Oh, all right. So he's been doing it even before Dante. Okay. What is the stupidest fighting game character of all time, gameplay-wise? Junpei from Persona 4's fucking baseball score system. Oh God!
All right, that's the base. We add things to that.
Phoenix Life investigation system.
Yes. Do we wanna add Uchin-Chin-san's drinking? It's not really that bothersome, but I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What character did you say?
Shingensai.
Shingensai. Ah, yes. Well, his one's weird because there's no UI for it. You just have to.
Well, so sometimes there's a UI for it. It depends on the game. Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it does. We're just going with silly advanced systems. Okay, what? There's got to be a silly advanced system
active reloading from Asnam.
Yeah. Gears of War reloading. Who's the most ridiculously advanced character in Injustice?
Me? No, that's not Martian Manhunter. I'm thinking of someone else. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, Martian Manhunter is pretty simple. It just increases his reach.
Yeah.
Kevin Cold's got his whole system where he needs to work on his cold gun and now unlocks 3 extra moves, but that's not terribly advanced.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm remembering someone from Injustice 1 having a stupid like freaking stipulation or something.
Solomon Grundy's 3 different command grabs you can do that have all require different inputs at 3 different stages that have different stat buffs.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that one was pretty aggressive.
Oh yeah, we had that on top of all of the other stuff.
What's the most advanced character system from Street Fighter?
Fairies.
The old fire and ice system.
Yeah. Retribution, you mean?
Yeah, Retribution. There we go. What's the silliest system from Guilty Gear?
I guess Faust's RNG throw, maybe. No, Zappa's ghosts.
Zappa's ghosts are pretty advanced, yeah. They used to be more advanced before Accent Core.
Yeah. But it's either that or the stance which ABA has.
Yeah, ABBA's stuff is pretty weird. Okay, well, if we just want stuff that's a headache to keep track of, throw in fucking ABBA's minions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't complain about ABBA as much as other Guilty Gear players because I kind of respect that. Because every time I play ABBA, I'm like, "Fuck, how do I do this?"
Wait, do you mean ABBA or do you mean Jacko? Do you mean Jacko? Cause
I mean Jacko. I'm an idiot.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I've been saying ABBA the entire time.
Yeah.
Damn it!
It happens.
I know. It's just fuck. I'm real bad about that one. That's my thing. Like, you will turn, like, Vuz into Wuz and so on. But my thing is, I'll refer to a character by an entirely different character's name, but in my brain, that's not the name I'm using for them.
I do that too, dude. I did that just this recording.
I don't catch you doing it, though.
I catch myself if I do it enough. But like, freaking, we did a drawing thing with Pink, and he was like, all right, draw Pokemon, or like, I suggested the Pokemon, but he randomized which one I should draw, and he got Ditto. But before he said Ditto, I said Diglett as a joke. So my mind just got stuck on Diglett, so I drew Diglett instead. I don't know how that works.
To be fair, Ditto isn't really one you want to draw. It's just goo.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lamer one it could have given you for random.
Yeah, he did re-random it, and that's how we got to Pikachu as well. But anyway, so yeah.
We can just keep going all day with this.
Yeah, where were we? So Jacko's minion system. Okay, so only pain in the ass stupid stipulations. Jacko's freaking minion system. Junpei's baseball. That Solomon Grundy's command grabs.
Something else that's annoying that you have to keep on track of.
I'd still say Atlam's active reload.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you reload with this character? The minions, I guess.
The baseballs.
Yes. The bets.
It's like, oh no, go ahead.
I just said the bets. You reload the bets.
It's like a Buki where she has to pull more out of her bag.
Yeah.
And she's just filling her hand for some reason. Man, who at Capcom was like, you know what a Buki needs? An ammo system. What?
You know what Ibuki needs? Thanks Shishigami.
Oh god, yeah, throw that one in there. Banksy Shigami's system of nails for air dashing.
Wait, that's I never figured that out.
Yeah. It allows him to air dash between, like, he can chain link air dashes between the nails.
I see.
Yep. That's like the only thing he does with them.
It slows them too, I think.
Yeah, he does as a projectile, but yeah. There's got to be a stupid character from BlazBlue that we just haven't played.
But I played a lot of them. Which one do you want?
Well, what does Platinum do? Platinum seems like she'd have stupid systems.
Platinum is pretty much just a show, though, dude. Like with the rain bubble.
Yeah. Who was the most stupid advanced character from BlazBlue?
Susanoo.
Right, Susanoo's got his runes he needs to fill up to unlock more moves.
Yup. And I have some experience with it because in BlazBlue, whenever I play BlazBlue every 2 years once, I main Jubei and Susanoo because they're the only characters that matter.
I mean, that's the best thing about BlazBlue is that they've got that cool old retired warriors thing going on with Jubei, with Susanoo.
Susanoo is not an old retired warrior. Susanoo is Terumi.
He's two of them.
No, Susanoo is Terumi fucking killed Jin Kisaragi, and then took the Hakumen armor from him because it used to be his. And that's what Susanoo is. It's Terumi controlling the Hakumen armor.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's two of them.
But I mean, does it count if one of them is dead?
I mean, it's still like an evil demon spirit possessing his stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Nine's also cool that way. I want to go back and play. Like, I always like install BlazBlue because I want to try 9. And then when I install BlazBlue, I'm like, all right, I'm going to practice with Bullet and fucking Israel for a little bit. And I forget to practice 9 every time. And I'm just like, Bullet and Israel are fine, I guess. And I uninstall, you know?
Oh, yeah, 9 works like an Invoker.
Oh, no.
9 is,
well,
9 is super fun. List. Yep, 9 is super fun. I liked her. I did try her out because she's Jubei's waifu. So I was like, well, I played the rest of her family. I might as well.
Yeah.
And she is Invoker, just straight up.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
Often,
it's a lot of fun. It's not Nine is not a character that I will ever learn. Nine is a character that I will play, like maybe sometimes, and I will have fun playing her. But I can't. I'm incapable.
I wish I wasn't rationing my precious gigabytes, or else I'd install it and go try her. Or more likely, in the time it takes to install, I'd forget and be like, "Oh, I'm going to practice as Rail and Bullet."
Yeah.
Every fucking time. It's Blaze Blue. The problem with Blaze Blue I have is the same problem you have with Mortal Kombat 11. The characters I like visually are not the characters I like gameplay wise.
I mean,
like every time I'm like, it's Rail, yeah. Oh, he's actually kind of lame.
Yeah, I mean, for me with Mortal Kombat 11, it's not even that the characters I like gameplay wise aren't the ones that I like visually. It's that there's no characters I like gameplay wise, and the ones I like visually are so like are mandated by the state to work differently than I would like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it does boil down to the same issue. What other series have we taken any stupid stipulations from Mortal Kombat? Are there even any?
Oh shit! Have there been any stupid mechanics from Mortal
Shujinko,
Kombat?
I guess. Shujinko turning into people.
Yeah, but that's really only a story mode thing.
Well, yeah, but I don't remember there ever being like a stupid subsystem in Mortal Kombat.
Tremor replacing interactables on the map is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a Mortal Kombat character who's had like a dedicated meter mechanic outside of the usual meter?
I don't think so. Like maybe Scarlet could have, but that doesn't strike me as something that them would do.
No, Scarlet didn't. No. I feel like there's some kind of mechanical like that in one of the games, though. God damn it. Oh.
Do you reckon
Fuck
it's
me,
like, which era do you reckon
crazy.
which era do you reckon it's in?
Which what?
Which era?
Ooh, definitely the new era, definitely HD era, because 3D era they didn't like 3D era. They forgot that there was a game.
Maybe maybe Sandude.
3D era. The what?
Sandude.
You mean Tremor?
No, the guy who can slow down time.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah. Add his move where he can just add or remove 5 seconds from the timer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just do that. And Shao Kahn's taunting mechanic from 11 as well, I guess. Shang Tsung's Soul Steal, where he just imitates his opponent, because that'll be... No. Do like fucking, like the PS1 version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, where Shang Tsung can play as... You just input and Shang Tsung switches to any random character in the game, but you have to go to a loading screen.
Yes. And they, this amalgamation game of these characters, I guess, that we're suggesting would in theory, I guess, come out on the current gen consoles. Well, quote unquote current gen consoles, the one, at Series X and PS5, which implies SSD rather. But like it.
The loading screens there is a mechanic. It's a game design choice.
Yeah, I'm imagining the. Like at that point, if you're adding in a loading screen as a mechanic, I would want it to be something like, with like the freaking the loading screen from SmackDown 1 comes up. Attention. It's
like how with Mass Effect 1, they have to like on these new consoles, they have to artificially lengthen loading times because like there are important conversations that happen during loading screens in Mass Effect 1. Like Spec Ops The Line. Spec Ops The Line, if you play it on a SSD, you're missing out on one of the best features of Spec Ops The Line. Spec Ops The Line has great, like, loading screen text. Have you ever seen the loading screen text in Spec Ops The Line?
I've only seen one where it was, like, implying that the player is wrong for playing it or something like that, but I don't remember the actual text, so...
Oh no, it's not talking to the player. So throughout the first half of the game, It's
Oh,
just
I
like
know
get
what happens
behind-
in Spec Ops: The Line. I just don't remember the actual texts.
Yeah,
that
and
it
like as you
shows.
go through the game, it more starts saying stuff more like Adams's death was your fault, but when you think about it, he may be the lucky one because it's not talking to the player; it's talking directly to the main character. Because the developers have outright said they did not intend it as a thing of saying like the player is necessarily a bad person, but like an analyzation of the power fantasy of video games. But of course, the classic one is do you feel like a hero yet? That one's the best one. No, the really great one is the loading screen tip that pops up midway through the game. It hasn't started doing the ones where it talks directly to the main character yet, so the loading screen tips are still like, oh, press X to get behind cover. And one of the loading screen tips just says, white phosphorus is a compound used in wars something or other, causes the flesh to melt and peel from the skin. It is known to be one of the most horrible and painful manners of death possible. And that loading screen tip only appears after a certain incident in the game happens.
Ah,
Uh-huh. So the great thing about that game is that the loading screen tips, several of them directly imply the loading screen tips are the thoughts of the main character.
ah.
So throughout the first half of the game, while he's still a professional soldier, it's like, this is how you fight better. Then over the course of the game, the loading screen tips just turn into, oh god.
I mean, I like how your phone ate some of that for effect because it turned out like it actually enhanced your bit.
Yeah, I'm
once.
happy with that too. I imagine it's like a bit of found footage audio.
Yeah, it's like it was bit crushed in just the right ways for it to sound like it's coming from a freaking an indie horror game.
Yeah. And just play it while you like have a picture of the poster for Jacob's Ladder.
No,
man.
not a picture of Jacob's ladder. You have a picture of Saturn eating his son.
Ooh.
You know, I recently saw this picture. It wasn't a painting. It wasn't someone's drawing. It was a straight up picture of Grimace eating his children. And it was a guy in a Grimace costume eating a kid.
Yes, I saw that as well. Yes, that was yeah, where he's clearly going in for the hug, but the Grimace costume's mouth flaps over, so it looks like Grimace is eating some poor toddler.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's the Saturn I like. Grimace.
Just go through all the classical paintings and replace okay, redo all the fucking paintings of oh shit, what's the name of that? Goya. Redo all the Goya paintings with McDonald's characters.
Yeah.
Do the fucking painting of Napoleon's armies massacring innocent Spanish villagers and replace them with like Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
The Hamburglar is the one perpetrating the massacre, leading the charge.
No. The Hamburglar, or like the Hamburglar is one of the Spanish civilians, and Ronald McDonald is leading the charge.
No burglary of hamburgers allowed.
It's the Spanish civilians are just different designs of the Hamburglar, like the sexy Hamburglar from a couple of years back is there, the normal one.
Oh god. This is why we need the McShitter.
Yes. McClunky Calkin needs to be back on top. He needs to stop the evil clown that is Ronald McDonald. Did you? Ronald McDonald was so evil that his soul possessed a Happy Meal menu freaking thing box, and that's the new mascot.
Yeah, you don't see off when the commercials ain't filming. It slits the throats of the actors when they sleep.
Yeah.
And it feasts on their insides, and that's how Big Macs are made.
No, that's how the nuggets are made.
That's true. What do you mean it isn't made out of pink stuff?
Oh, it's made out of pink stuff.
Uh, okay, so now they're doing a serious Nickelodeon fighting game, right?
Yeah.
Where's the serious McDonald's fighting game?
I mean, someone did want a cereal cereal mascot fighting game a while back. Like they, yeah.
I actually heard that one was fairly good.
Oh, they made it?
Yeah.
Because
It may still be in progress. I've definitely seen like footage and people saying like, "Yo, why does this look good though?"
from what I remember, they were like someone suggested it as a joke, but someone else was like, you know what, that's actually not a bad idea. So they started working on a demo that they can then pitch to the actual serial owners so that it may become a game eventually.
Oh, well, that's not happening.
Yeah, too much IP.
Nice try though, I guess.
But hey, Tony the Tiger, I guess I don't know many cereal mascots. Like it's pretty much like the fucking the Nesquik bunny.
I mean Count Chocula.
But do you which Count Chocula? Do you mean the modern one or do you mean Robin Williams?
Ooh, if Robin Williams was a choice.
that's one of the DLC outfits, Robin Williams.
Yeah. And all of his voice lines are just replaced with a singular recycled voice recording of Robin Williams going, "Whoa!"
No, all of his voice lines are replaced by the genie.
Grand cosmic power, tiny little living space.
Well, who would have the weirdest freaking moveset in that serial mascot fighting game? Like the Lucky Charms guy, maybe, I guess.
I mean, I don't think any of them was real characters, actually.
Yeah.
What about the fucking Cinema's Toast Crunch things that are horrible cannibals?
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
They gain power by eating their family members.
The Cookie Crisp Wolf has a separate set. Like, the Cookie Crisp Wolf has a BDSM meter like Raven.
What? There's so much to unpack there.
From Gear to Gear.
No, it took me a second, but us talking about Raven Simone earlier, I was like, wait, what?
I mean, when you take the old Cookie Crisp commercials into account and how much he went back and did after each time they fucking destroyed him with Acme powers. Like, the Cookie Crisp Wolf gets more powerful the more damage he takes. So BDSM meter, why not?
Jesus Christ. Alright. Stupidest franchise to get a fighting game. Go. Seinfeld.
The gummy bears. The like not the actual TV series, I mean the food.
I mean strawberry flavor. I was going to say My Little Pony, then I remembered them fighting herds exists.
Yeah, we'll have to play that eventually.
Yeah. I'm really scared that I'm gonna try it one day. I'm gonna actually like it.
Yeah, that's probably what'll happen. But the thing is, like, you don't have to play the game if you dislike the actual like the art style. That's what I tell myself at least.
If you like the gameplay of them fighting herds, just play Skullgirls. All right.
But yeah, like, okay, what other stupid what would be the stupidest fighting franchise to get a fighting game?
I want to keep saying like live action stuff for the meme, but like Terrordrome showed that at least some live action stuff works just fine for a fighting game.
Yeah. You need something that has like, okay. Wait,
okay, I don't want a Seinfeld fighting game, but I would love to see Kramer show up as a fighting game character in another fighting game.
I have never watched Seinfeld, and I don't plan on changing that.
Fair. I haven't either, but I've seen bits.
Oh yeah, I avoid those two. The only
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld thing I have seen is the B movie.
Oh, well, where's that fighting game? Okay, DreamWorks
they can't-
fighting game.
they can't-
DreamWorks All Star.
They can't really release the B movie fighting game because it comes with the hot coffee mod.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
But freaking, there was a DreamWorks DreamWorks crossover, quote unquote fighting game. I guess I don't remember if it. I feel like it was a Smash clone, but I don't know.
I don't think. No, you're thinking of the Shrek Smash 'em Up, which was a Power
Maybe.
Stone ripoff.
Yeah, maybe.
And that one is actually supposed to be quite good and has a surprisingly active competitive community. They talk a lot about how Red Riding Hood is OP because of her. I believe it's called like biscuit dashing.
I mean, I just figured she's like B Jeanette and she just pulls out a fucking machine gun.
There's something I love about discovering hidden tech in in games that other people wouldn't even play to begin with. Like, that's part of why I love that Ghost Rider game for the PS2 so much, is because it's like, nobody else has played this game, so every discovery I make is mine.
Yep, that's why I like that's why I like playing fighting games when they're new. Yes, or at least when they're new to me.
Oh man, whenever I get internet back, should we do Tough Level Arena at some point?
I don't know. Maybe.
It might be worth it just for a single video with you, me, and Pink, because Pink's gonna love that.
Oh, you mean yeah? I thought you meant for a podcast like this. Like
well, if the game's good, but I mean, like, it'd be funny just because, like, you get in there and there's a fighting game character named Noodle Man, and Pink, is going to be in love immediately.
Yeah.
There's probably a whole world of like free fighting games that we're just not touching.
I mean, there's not really I suppose, but not anymore. Because like there used to be the 3D wrestlers or whatever on Flash on various websites, but that is on Steam now, and it has a price tag, and it's not worth the price tag. Last I checked.
Oh, are you talking about M. Dickey?
No.
Oh, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's this. It was this Flash-based 3D. Like it wanted to be like it presented itself as a wrestling game initially, but I think it was more like boxing. That's why I'm saying it's like kind of a fighting game, I guess. It was weird. I don't remember much about it, but I remember the second game because there was a sequel. The second game is on Steam now, and then I think there was like maybe a third sequel, or maybe that's the second game that I'm thinking of that got updated to have like massively online multiplayer somehow and stuff like that. And yeah, no, not my thing at least.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
I know that the original source for it is down, but how possible is it to get a copy of Dong Dong now?
Not really. Last I checked.
Okay. So the only real way to get a copy of Dong Dong now is just to put it on Mugen?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that figures. We should do fighting games for like specific Mugens like that, though.
I mean, we'll eventually run out of proper fighting games, so we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and money's always a problem, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
and like Mugen, it's just immediately just go download it.
Yeah, I mean, I am looking into ways I can like I am looking into ways I can make myself a job instead of getting one, but I need to get there first.
I like how you say make myself a job. I am becoming a career.
Yes.
You should apply to join the Addy line of work.
What's your work? I'm a wolf. Yeah.
We've got an opening here in the Addy position.
we have an opening in D position. Like the D position. This doesn't work because I don't pronounce.
There's an opening in my dick. Wait, what do you mean that's supposed to be there? Well, I'm gonna still brag about it anyways.
I don't know if this is a saying over there, but but when someone is really happy over here, when someone is really happy for no reason, sometimes people say that they're happy their asses are whole and it passes wind or something like that.
No, but that's pretty good. In America, we usually don't mock people for being happy, you joyless European fucks. There's a lot of things Europeans do better than Americans, but Europeans have this very strange thing where they love to take each other down.
Yep.
And I don't know why.
I mean, look, when you spend the last like 1500 years fighting each other, it's kind of hard.
Oh, that's right. We didn't spend 1,500 years fighting each other. We just spent 500 years fighting Native Americans and 200 years fighting each other.
Yeah.
Right. What was I going to say? Man, what else is there in terms of like free fighting games that are worth a shot? I'm trying to think of I know there's some.
We can always play Brawlhalla.
That is true. One day we will have to do a FGA just to talk about how bad Brawlhalla is.
I have played Brawlhalla. I played 4 games of Brawlhalla and won all of them. Out of the gate.
Might as well.
Yeah, because Brawlhalla tried to put me with skill-based matchmaking, but little did it know that the people with no skill are literal children, whereas I am not.
Yep. And they got angry and asked for their mom's credit card to buy more stuff.
Yeah.
This wouldn't happen to me in Raid Shadow Legends.
I freaking Brawlhalla, it advertises itself with all of its characters. Like, okay, I just realized something. I can finally, once we do a Brawlhalla on FGA on Brawlhalla, I can finally fucking say that there is a fighting game where my least character and the one I want most gun is fucking Xavier Woods. Bloody hell, I don't know why I hate Xavier Woods, but I do. There's something about his demeanor, I guess. Like I have not watched any of his YouTube videos, to be fair. So like the only thing I can judge him off of is what I saw of him on TV. But like before the New Day, I found his character annoying, and after the New Day, I still do. So
yeah, I have watched a couple of Xavier Woods videos, not a whole lot. I remember 2 things for Xavier Woods on YouTube. I remember he was on the Super Best Friend cast once, and it was fucking hilarious because it wasn't until a little over halfway through the podcast that he figured out Wooly was black.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that one was great. Like, you need to watch that moment because it's so fantastic. Because like, Wooly says something that, and then Xavier Woods, Wooly says something that isn't him saying I'm black, but nonetheless, Xavier Woods' response is like, oh shit, you're black. And it's so perfect because like Wooly. Like, it just reminds me of the really old days of Super Best Friends where they didn't show their faces, so everyone actually did think Wooly was a white guy pretending to be black.
There's like it's been so long since I've watched 2 Best Friends play that I went like a couple of months back. I went back to watch a couple of their Silent Hill playthroughs, and I was like, hell yeah, I agree, Matt. It was Pat talking, by the way.
Yeah. Dude, at first I had them as complete opposites.
Me too. That's just how things are.
I was so confused. Why is Pat the one who's angry and flipping you off in the intro, but he sounds so goofy and happy in the video? But like, it's just this thing I think where like, because Matt and all the art is like all done up in Punisher stuff, and he looks big and manly, you assume he'd have the deeper voice, but he doesn't. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas Pat, in the art, he's like a little leprechaun, so you expect him to have a high-pitched voice.
I mean, Pat is a little leprechaun in real life. Have you seen the fucking picture with the chocolate bunny?
Yeah, I have, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen the one of him eating a cake in a closet.
Yeah, I have seen that one too. That's on the picture. Every time it's posted, that's live feed.
The thing I love is that Paige is like 2 inches taller than him, and she makes him look positively tiny. Here's the thing: Paige is also short. Paige is like 5'3". Like,
I'm happy for him.
I always I was that reminds me of a moment from Wally Castle Super Beast where Wooly was saying that he's jealous of Pat and he wishes
Oh
his
yeah, the Monster Hunter music, I know.
fiance was taller than him, and he started humming Shadow of the Colossus music.
For that, yeah. Shit.
Da, 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 the whole thing. And Pat is just losing his shit and saying, "You don't know, man, it sucks." No,
so
the best unintentional joke that has ever happened because of Pat's height was, have you seen the one they did of that shitty Hulk Hogan Connect game for Xbox?
Yes, I have.
And when they change from Wooly to Pat, and because Pat's so much shorter than Wooly, the game just assumes Pat's squatting the whole time.
Yeah.
So the character just keeps doing leg drops ad infinitum.
Brother. This is how you open up in Florida, brother. I'm laughing too hard to do an actual proper freaking Hulk Hogan impression.
Right. The other Xavier Woods video I remember seeing a bit of was he did a tournament of Street Fighter 2 with a bunch of the other wrestlers in the backstage. And at one point, Mark Henry just wanders in and is talking about like his car insurance or something. Hey, he sits there talking about his car insurance for like 5 minutes while watching him play Street Fighter 2. And then somebody picks E Honda, and then Henry just stops his car insurance talk to be like, "Oh, E Honda, that's my dude." And he starts imitating the 100-hand slap while going, "Ha ha 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 ha." And it's like, okay, Mark.
That's why.
Okay, bye.
That's why Mark Henry doesn't wrestle anymore. He tried to make his finisher the 100-hand slap.
If Mark Henry did the sumo headbutt in a match, I would mark out so hard.
If Mark Henry did the sumo ass stomp in a match, I don't know what's going on.
If Mark Henry did the sumo ass stomp in a match, the other guy would explode outward from under his ass like hamburger.
True. But I just want to see Mark Henry float up diagonally and then spin in the air and then go down.
Okay, have you ever seen the time where they had a feud between Yokozuna and Jake the Snake? And after Yokozuna beat Jake, Yoko was supposed to kill Damien by snatching the bag that was containing Damien and doing the bonsai drop onto the bag. But WWE had transparently, like, at no point during the match did Jake ever bring Damien out of the bags. And it became very obvious when the bonsai drop was done onto the bag. Oh, they just filled the bag with hamburger.
Oh.
So when Yokozuna does the bonsai drop onto the bag that's supposed to be containing a live snake, like just a geyser of hamburger comes out the opening of the bag.
I see. Yeah, I remember seeing the spot, but I think it was in a recap, so they didn't show the hamburger.
I just love the idea that Yokozuna is so fucking gigantic. His ass is so fat that it caused the snake to explode into raw meat.
It's just what happens when a fat man sits on you.
It didn't break the poor snake's bones. No, the snake fucking exploded. Oh, Jesus.
Bonus points if the hamburger had like small scale explosives in it. Or for effect.
Yeah.
No, the hamburger didn't have small scale explosives. Yokozuna's ass had small scale explosives for effect.
Who is that wrestler that just blatantly refused to take the bonsai drop and so just conveniently slid out of the way as soon as Yokozuna landed?
I don't remember.
There's someone, and I almost want to say it was someone odd like Brett or Jeff Jarrett.
That does seem like a Jeff Jarrett thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff Jarrett was a bit more of a proper wrestler back then, but he was always a douchebag.
Yeah.
My family's actually got a history with him, but that's another story for another day.
He ain't The Rock, he ain't Jared.
Yeah. Woof.
No, I'm mixing the lyrics up. It's he ain't that, he ain't The Rock. And then because The Rock, because either The Rock or WWE or both were going to sue, they changed it to he ain't that, he ain't Jared. Did you hear about that?
No.
That was his TNA team, his first one. There was a line that was he ain't that, he ain't The Rock. But because they were threatened with legal action, they had to change it to he ain't that, he ain't Jared. Which I guess Jeff Jarrett is now not Jared. He's just Jeff. He named him Jeff.
It's a modern WWE naming scheme.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we've got Jeff here. We've also decided the Joe part of Samoa Joe isn't necessary anymore, so he is now simply Samoa.
Yeah. And they are going to team up today to represent TNA as Samoa Jeff.
Samoa Jeff.
Yeah. Here's our new US acquiree, the Big Purple Pump, Steiner.
No, that's too long for WWE. He's just Scott.
but they dress him up like Cyclops. Sweet works.
And you just have Wolverine fondling the port. Oh my god, did you see what I saw?
The Wolverine figure, yeah.
In the box, he's doing the meme!
He is.
Like, that's what they put on the shelves.
Yes.
Imagine walking to the toy aisle to buy your kid a toy, and you just see a toy of Wolverine on a bed fondling a picture of Jean Grey in costume, and he's just making that stupid aww face.
I mean, I'm imagining like the president in this good set. So like, imagine going down the toy line, and there's just a set
Spider-Man behind a desk.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's just a set that's Spider-Man behind a desk, and then there's there's a double pack that's Spider-Man pointing at himself.
A toy of the dad from Invincible, and he's got the fingers on the temples.
Yeah. Freaking a picture of buff Jonah Jameson, freaking just leaning over.
Okay, I would actually love to see a toy of J. Jonah Jameson with a chair and desk, and he's doing the laugh.
Yeah.
Doubly so if there's a button on the desk that plays the sound.
Yeah. You know, like
that
whenever I see that guy
song.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead. I can continue after.
I was just gonna say that laugh is one of the most satisfying noises.
Yeah. I was going to say, whenever I see that guy from Invincible, the main dude, not evil Superman, he's not Superman. I don't care what his actual name is. He's Jameson. I don't care. That's just fucking Jameson. Like that's why he hates Spider-Man, because that's what Jameson does on his days off. He's a superhero too.
Son, I need pictures of those Justice League members I killed yesterday.
I'm imagining Jameson just like freaking like Jameson also carrying a camera around so he can freaking like make pictures of all of the superheroes he's killed.
Yeah.
I paid to make the Scorpion, but he failed. So instead I then freaking put money towards making myself the killer of superheroes. Ah, blimey!
Where have you ever seen where Spider-Man beats up Green Goblin and like rips his costume off and Norman's like lying on the pavement, I guess, and it's like they've wrecked up half the city. The city's on fucking fire. And, like, Norman is just lying, beaten down, just about knocked out in the rubble of a fallen down building. And just comes up from behind Spider-Man is fucking J. Jonah Jameson with a pistol. And he just says, all right, get out of the way, Spider-Man. I need to do what needs to be, you should have done a long time ago.
No, but that's great.
I loved if that was just how Norman went. Like, oh yeah, J. Jonah Jameson just executed him.
Why not?
I feel like with Norman, though, you'd need to shoot him like 5 times in the head just to be sure. And he was
Yeah,
fucking
Norman's like
back.
Rasputin.
Oh God. Here's your daily reminder that he got Gwen Stacy pregnant.
No, Norman Osborn. He's a scientist, you know.
Okay, let's combine the 2 bits where people finally got sick of Norman and tried to kill him. Let's combine the time when Spider-Man threw him from a plane and J. Jonah Jameson is on the ground shooting at him with a pistol.
Yeah, so what's going on is Jameson is out there shooting at clay pigeons. Spider-Man throws Norman out of the plane, and Jameson says he's shot to the clay pigeons, but shoots Norman 5 times while flying.
And also, for some reason, Norman's glider impales him again.
Yes.
And Doc Ock is just sitting in the background like, yeah, this is pretty sweet. Doc Ock always hates Norman, but has he ever managed to kill Norman? I don't think he has.
I don't think so, or at least not in any of the things that I've seen both of them in. But then there is some Spider-Man stuff where it was like shit ended too early. Like, do you remember fucking Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spectacular ends just as Norman becomes Goblin.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not too bad there because Harry got to be Goblin, so you still got a Goblin.
Yeah. And did you hear about why it got canned?
I'm going to imagine it was for the Ultimate Spider-Man show for the kiddies.
Well, technically yes, but not directly. It was canned because Marvel got the license, or freaking Disney got the license from Sony or something like that. Like basically because of something Marvel TV show rights changing again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spectacular Spider-Man was so good.
Yeah. The theme song to Spectacular Spider-Man is probably my second favorite theme to any of the animated Spider-Man shows, really.
Oh, yeah, but nothing can beat Spider Blood.
Radioactive
Spider Blood.
Radioactive Spider-Man is too good. It's perfect.
It's so stupid. Oh, man. One of my favorite stupid things that the Achievement Hunters do now is one of the Achievement Hunters is a big superhero fan. And whenever a character can like climb on walls, he just starts going Spider-Man, and it's just like gets more garbled and terrible the longer he goes. I'm always a fan of horribly butchered songs.
You know, I feel like sometimes I get this idea of like, you know, for some reason, freaking like somehow giving the people the news about freaking Ultimate Spider-Man and how Mary Jane dies in that. And I'm just imagining like people asking like, so how did Mary Jane die again? And just the fucking the 90s series still starts, but instead of Spider-Man, they just say radioactive Spider-Come, because that is what Ultimate Spider-Man existed.
No. Spider-Come killed Mary Jane and Spider-Man Dark, not Dark Reign.
Oh yeah,
just
that's
regular
the the edgy series, the very edgy series.
Ultimate Mary Jane is actually still alive, even in the main universe, I think. It was Ultimate Peter that died.
Ah.
Because Punisher shot him, and he bled out while fighting the Green Goblin.
I see.
Ultimate Punisher is a douche bag. Admittedly, everyone except Spider-Man's a bigger... Spider-Man.
Spider? Spider Morger.
Oh, it's the new cousin of Spoderman.
Yeah. No, that's the real name of Spoderman, Speeder.
Oh god. Speeder Sporker.
Yeah. Oh, the freaking the Sporker, it reminded me of the old Penguin Lord copypasta. Do you remember that one, or have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, it was a it's a copy pasta making fun of like early 2000s, like basically people my age when they were really young. You know, the freaking the big thing was being edgy, and the big thing was also being random. So people combined the two a lot, and it was basically making fun of that.
This isn't related to the trying to get banned from Club Penguin thing, right?
I don't think so. No.
Huh. Huh. All right. Well, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about then.
I'm trying to look it up, but I don't remember the actual name of it. Oh yeah, Katie the Penguin of Doom. That's the one.
Okay. Well, this already sounds delightful.
All right. Oh, this is a guy online meme. I see. So I'm gonna post the copy pasta in the freaking in the text chat so you can see.
Oh yes, I've seen this.
All right. So yeah, that
Yes, the spork. Yes, I remember the spork. I definitely remember this.
So yeah,
Yep. Invader Zim.
Yep. This copy pasta is one of the reasons I never even like Invader Zim. I don't think Invader Zim was broadcasted over here, but I have had chances, or at least one chance to watch it, and I skipped. And this is one of the reasons.
I do not remember it ever being broadcasted. Like, Invader Zim is like one of those strange things where you feel like you're disconnected with reality, where everyone knows Invader Zim is like, oh yeah, Invader Zim, and I'm like, was that show ever on fucking TV? I don't remember seeing it. I watched Nickelodeon when I was a kid. I watched loads of SpongeBob. I don't remember Invader Zim once. What the fuck?
Weird. Yeah, there are a couple of shows like that, but like I still remember shit like Lunatics Unleashed. I remember really liking the freaking the Wile E. Coyote's design for some reason. But I guess now we know why. But yeah,
That was a weird time. Was that around the same time they also had a Daffy Duck as the Green Lantern TV show?
ah yes, Duck Dodgers. That was actually really good. Duck Dodgers was genuinely like unironically good. Well, at least from what I remember.
That is so trippy to me still. That was a thing they actually made a TV show of.
I miss shit like that. Like I miss the Looney Tunes existing, and interacting with other pop culture stuff. Cause like that Duck Dodgers is very.
You mean other than LeBron James?
No, I don't need them to interact with NBA. In fact, I would like less NBA in my life.
Oh my god, the guys are lately people like, oh my god, they sold out Space Jam. It's just product placement. And it's like, did you watch the first fucking Space Jam?
I didn't. That's why I don't want to fuck Lola Bunny, apparently.
That one is egregious. That one is fucking ridiculous. That one goes so far over the line that people who aren't even furries are like wanting to fuck her.
Yeah.
That one is like the guy who drew this while horny, absolutely guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like yeah. You know, I actually kind of prefer a new design just because they made the freaking the parts less egregious.
Me and Pink have talked about this before, but the best Lola has ever been was when they did the Seinfeld style Looney Tunes.
No, I was there.
Yeah, that Lola was the best.
I don't remember much about her character. Like most of her characterization I remember, is from like season 1 when she was bad still, and then they actually like gave her character. And I remember liking her once she got character, but then the series got canned or something. I forget.
Well, she was always crazy and ditzy was always her thing.
But yeah, but they like being crazy and being stupid were like the only things that she ever did in season 1 from what I remember, and then after that it was more played up to like, oh, she like, you know, then she stopped being stupid crazy and started being just regular crazy and freaking near ran over bugs and shit.
I think that's still kind of stupid crazy.
I mean, yeah, but in different ways, I guess. Like there's a specific type of stupid character that I just can't stand, and most of the times when people want to make a freaking like a lovable stupid character, they go for that kind, and I just fucking hate it. There is no lovable stupid character I like.
So it occurred to me while we were talking about all this, there's a fighting game I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see a King of the Hill fighting game.
Yes. It
is, after all, the best anime.
Not like, the thing is, King of the Hill fighting game can only be played in King of the Hill rules.
It just automatically turns on the King of the Hill mode for Mortal Kombat 9?
Yes.
That'd actually be kind of cool. I love that mode.
Like, you know, back
So
yeah. I was going to suggest. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, were you going to change the topic?
No.
Okay, finish what you're going to say then.
All right, I was just going to suggest a character because, like, Dale, I don't remember a lot about Dale and what he could do as a character. But back when I did my Undertale review, freaking 40 years ago, the auto captions gave me a version of Dale Gribble that is too good. Because I want to introduce you to the concept of Thunderdale. He's Raiden.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I haven't turned my phone on yet. The visuals.
Oh no, I didn't send you stuff. I'm just telling you about this concept, this character concept of Thunderdale.
Oh, Thunderdale. Oh yeah, that. Oh, I get it. So I heard you say Undertale, and I was like, oh, Thunderdale.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. And he's just like wearing a very loose-fitting version of Ryu's outfit.
Yeah, I mean, I just made him Ziggy Stardust, but that works too.
Okay, Boomhauer, definite Rushdown character, right?
Yes. Boomhauer is a Rushdown character. Boomhauer is a Rushdown character, but all of his moves are like Deadpool stunt.
No. Just make him like like one of those Japanese fighting game characters that's super vocal and says something a long dialogue line during every move.
Oh, Batman, yeah.
So that whenever he does big combos, you're just hearing him go, "Dang old man, dang old man, dang old man, dang old man."
Yeah.
Of course, Hank has to be the Shoto, and he throws propane at you.
Yes. No. Hank has a propane tank stapled to his shirt, and he's got a tube running from the propane nozzle at his wrists, and he makes a Hadouken notion, and the propane shoots out a fireball.
Yes.
And he just says, "Oh, Hadouken."
Hadouken.
That's too fucking stupid. I can't keep track.
Freaking Luan is the puppet character. Because there was that one episode where she wanted to get into puppetry for children at Sunday school or whatever. So she's not a proper puppet character. She just has sock puppets on her hands.
Bobby is like.
Oh, you cut out?
Bobby as like Choi Baungi, right?
Yeah.
But like during his move, like he hits you with the purse. He's like, "That's my purse. I don't know you." Oh God. Cotton would have to fit in there somewhere. I just don't know how.
Yeah. What's Peggy?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not that huge of an expert on King of the Hill. I mostly know memes and a few scenes.
I did actually watch most of King of the Hill, but not enough, and not recently enough to remember a lot of lore. I remember that there was one time where Peggy got sent to jail because her freaking Spanish was that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe something with that. Her Spanish is so bad it hurts you physically.
Okay, could we do something with that time Hank was a pimp?
That's his that's his dragon install, pimp install.
Pimp install. You just see him slowly put on the hat, and he says, "The only girl I'm pimping is propane."
Yeah.
And then, like, after he puts the hat on, the camera zooms out, and like the shade of the hat is covering his eyes, and he just says, "And I'm pimping her all over this town."
Yeah. But if she, but if Hank is facing Peggy, then it does the freaking that one comic where Hank is leaving Peggy. So he puts the head on and he goes, "Peggy, there's one woman I like better than you." And then she freaking he raises the cap or whatever. It zooms out. He goes marijuana.
One of his other supers, he just gets out a lawnmower and runs you over with it, and then just says, "Why would anyone ever do drugs when you can just mow a lawn?"
What else could I like? What do I remember? Because there's not a lot of King of the Hill.
If the kids are doing combos with both hands and they don't have any hands to do drugs with.
Yeah, that's a tutorial.
Yeah.
I feel like with how much it was used in freaking, with how much it was used in YouTube poops, we need to somehow fit Boggle into Hank's kit.
So obviously Hank's win quote against Bobby is pretty obvious, right?
God damn it, Bobby!
That boy just can't fight right.
But do you want this to be a team fight, or do we want this to be a one-on-one? Because if it's a team fight, then there's more quote possibility. Like there's more freaking win quote possibilities with the interactions. Like make it like fucking cross tag where the characters speak to each other.
Bring in the old dub team. I need to hear the Japanese dub.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that bit that's highlighted on YouTube with the Japanese dub?
No, I was going to do my own interpretation just of the idea, but there's a Japanese dub.
There actually is, and there's actually a very argumentative King of the Hill fandom in Japan that argue over whether dub or sub is superior.
Okay, sure. Why not?
I'm going to have to wrap this up because the phone battery's going low. But what I'm going to do is, let's wrap this up, then I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to get the fucking clip of the Japanese dub.
Alright. So what game do we want to do next?
Oh, God.
I guess we'll discuss it in text. That's also an option. Alright. Fighting games were.
Fighting games were, yay!